in 4A and RPI. Corbin ranked number 10. And, boy, this is a huge, huge football team. This may be the biggest high school football team I've seen.
They're massive, and they use that mass very well. They run the belly. They run it well. You pointed this out to me, they've only passed for 84 yards, not last game, on the year.
Right.
So you don't have to scout these guys. You know what they're going to do. They're going to line up, and they're going to have three options, fullback, tailback, or quarterback keep, and they're going to do it over and over and over again. For Corbin, David, this is a game that I truly marked this one on the schedule to first of the year. You know, we've been smacked a couple times here lately. It's a game where you've got to recover and match their physicality. If you don't match their physicality, it could be a long night. If you do that, you're going to be there when the bell rings. But this one's important for several reasons. One, it's going to depend on where you kind of go in the playoffs, whether you're going to be home, whether you're going to be away at their place, our place, so on and so forth. But the other thing is, this is a game, as the weather starts to turn, it starts to get cold, can you play physical later on down the road? These guys are going to tonight we'll see against Johnson Central. That's how they play.
Well, Johnson Central comes into the game at 5-0 on the season. Corbin 3-2 on the season. About the midway point of the year right now. Johnson Central, coached by Jesse Peck. They play at a District 6, Class 4A, and again, they're the number one ranked team based on the RPI in the state right now in 4A. Corbin ranked at number 10 in that same under that same poll. And both teams have been out on the field for a good bit of time. We got about 21 minutes on the clock before we kick this thing off. A pretty good Johnson Central crowd. Really, Birdie expected a bigger crowd from Johnson Central than has shown up as of yet. But the Corbin fans continue to file in over there. And this is a big game. I think there's a lot of big games going on throughout the state tonight. The game I'm really interested in is the Rock-Castle County-Bell County game. I think that's two undefeated teams, and Bell County, the quote-unquote king of the mountains right now, but Rock-Castle's a pretty good football team.
They're undefeated, if I'm not mistaken, on the year, and that's a game where there's going to be a lot of head cracking. Dudley, you know how he plays. He's going to run the football downhill. His kids are going to hit you. And on the other hand, that's the way Rock's playing now, and that's why they're undefeated. We saw them earlier in the year. Very, very nice football team. I'm like you. I'm anxious to see the final score of that one. I think it's going to be a very close game.
Covington Catholics at Highlands tonight should be a good football game as well. Frederick Douglass and Mail. McCreary Central travels to Knox Central. Middlesboro at Harlan. Perry County Central at South Laurel. South Laurel, a team that's kind of sneaking up on some folks right now. I believe they're still undefeated on the season, and Coach Johnny Hines got them going in the right direction.
I'm not surprised at South Laurel. I knew they had a very good quarterback coming back. Coach Hines has been there a little bit now. He's changed the culture. He's changed the way they play. He's got kids out. He's working with his young program. He won a state championship. He knows how to win. And South Laurel, I think they're going to be somebody that's going to have to be dealt with in this area as they continue to mature as a football team. And we talked about this. I'm really anxious for the last game of the year, South versus North, because North, I think, is a good football team. They beat Madison Central, who's having a really nice year. So that's a game to keep an eye on down the road.
Yeah, another interesting game, I think, tonight. The last one we'll talk about here this evening before we get back to the Corbin-Johnson Central game is St. X visiting Boyle County tonight. Two heavyweights.
Well, that's big boy football. Justin, when he was here, he'd play anybody that wanted to play. He's still that way. He's got a great team. He's a good coach. But St. X, they're St. X. They played, if I'm not mistaken, played Trinity last week. In Trinity, the number one team overall in the state. But, there's just so many kids in that Louisville area to choose from. And that'll be a good football game. It really will.
Yeah, the story of this game tonight is going to be trying to slow down the outstanding junior tailback from Johnson Central. He's got 828 yards on the year in 6 games. Braxton Perry, just a junior, good-looking kid. Watched him warm up as well. He's averaging 138 yards a game on the ground. Scored 10 touchdowns already. And again, there's no secret as to what they're going to do, what they're going to want to do. They're going to try to run the football, and they're going to try to manhandle you and bully you up front. And more than anything, and we saw this last year, they were not particularly successful, but they like to keep your offense on the sideline, obviously, so they don't mind. 3 yards in a cloud of dust is a victory for them. This game was 53-50 last year, though, which was very unusual. Of course, we also had in my opinion, one of the 2 or 3 best quarterbacks in the state, and Mr. Baseball at the helm running our offense. So I don't know that we're going to see 103 points in the game tonight. I don't know that either team wants that. But last year was certainly a different kind of game for these two teams.
Well, Johnson Central doesn't want to get in a shootout. I think we do tonight. I think our best chance is – I think we'll be a little quicker than them on the corners with Estep, Aikens, and Persons. And we need Mason to play well and throw the ball because we're going to have to throw it some. But we baited them into a shootout last year. And I'll promise you, when they look at last year's film, that's been their message all week. Hey, guys, we're not going to get in a shootout. We're going to control the game.
All right, we're going to go down to the field where Aliana is with Coach Sammons right now. Welcome, Aliana.
Hey, Coach, are there any specific areas that you focused extra on improving over the bye week?
No, we just continue to work and get better, and it's a great opportunity.
Now that we are several weeks into the season, what would you say about the identity of this team?
Well, we're still figuring some of that out, but resilient, played a tough schedule, and we just want to continue to get better each and every week.
What are some challenges you see in facing Johnson Central tonight?
Well, they're a tough team. They're always good. They're physical. They run the football well, and they play good defense. So they're a good football team.
Thank you, Coach. Back to you, Dave.
All right. Thank you very much. Aliana, we're back here fieldside. Dave Cox and Barley Foley with you. Still about 16 minutes away from kickoff here of this football game. But, Coach, Coach Sammons sounded very matter-of-fact answering those questions, and because everybody's known this. We've known this ever since we looked at the schedule, what we were going to be facing here against Johnson Central. I have to tell you, I think most people, though, knew Johnson Central would be good, but they probably even exceeded what their expectations were. Undefeated on the year, number 1 ranked team in 4A right now. They come in here with a bit of a reputation, probably a little bit of a chip on their shoulder after that game last year.
Yeah, I think so, and again, they've won a state championship as well with Coach Matney. When he was there, built a wonderful program. I think there's one simple key for our kids, Corbin kids tonight. Can we match their physicality? If we can, we're not going to match them player for player every play. But if we'll get after them a little bit, and we can have some good things go our way, I think we got a chance to win the ball game. But we got no chance unless we really get after them.
I think we're going to have some big plays. I don't know that we can sustain, 10, 12, 14 play drives down the field against this kind of size. I do think that we will have the opportunity to do that, though. I think the Aikens kid, Cam Estep in particular, and I look for us to be able to throw the ball a little bit better tonight. I don't know that they're going to have the quickness that Frederick Douglass had on the defensive front to get after us as much. So maybe some quick hitters to Cam. But I do think we're going to have to throw the ball, spread the field, and hit some big plays for us to stay in it. This is a good football team. Make no bones about it. We knew when this season started that we were walking into the Lions' den with this schedule. And I know there's some people and there's some rumblings where people are wondering, what's going on, how good's Corbin going to be. We've not played a 4A team yet. This is the first 4A team that we've played.
Yeah, the sky's not falling. I like the fact that we're playing good people, and Johnson Central certainly at the top of that list of good people. The interesting thing that I want to see tonight is I don't think we tackled very well against Pulaski County. We'll have to tackle well tonight. We saw their back break several tackles. I'm assuming that's what we worked on this week is getting them on the ground. And then Frederick Douglass was a different twist. It was a little speed. We couldn't match their speed. I do think we'll have a little bit of speed advantage, but we'll see as the game goes. I just don't think Johnson Central's this year is going to let us get in a shootout, and they made that mistake because we had a pretty hot gun with K.D.
Well, certainly that was not the style they like to play, but they did show me something that they can play that style if you need to. We could not stop them. They ran all over the place. They had like 600 yards rushing, I think, in that game. How often do you have 600 yards rushing game and lose? But Cade threw for 350. So it's that kind of thing. I don't know that we're going to be able to put those kind of points on the board, but I don't know that they will either. Still about 13 minutes away from kickoff. The officials are out at midfield getting ready to talk to the captain. So we'll take time out and step aside. Then we'll be right back. Stick around. You're listening to Red Hound Football on T107.
Are you looking for reliable electrical supplies? Look no further than Eubanks Electrical Supply. From light bulbs to circuit breakers, we've got everything you need to power up your projects. Our expert staff is ready to help you find the right tools and materials to complete your project. Whether you're a DIY enthusiast or a professional contractor, Eubanks Electrical Supply has you covered with top brands and friendly service. Stop by today in Corbin, Kentucky at 701 South Main Street or in Somerset, Kentucky at 1030 West Columbia Street and discover why Eubanks Electrical Supply has been the trusted name in electrical supply for over 60 years.
Need auto repairs? Then you need Owens Auto Repair. Owens offers a wide variety of parts and services. You'll find all the top name brand batteries and tires to a full line of truck and auto parts. Utility beds, Sherman-Williams auto paint, weather guard toolboxes, custom-made hydraulic hoses, and yes, service work for cars, trucks, and RVs. Whether it's auto repairs or just a battery or new tires, Owens Auto Repair has you covered. Owens Auto Repair, serving you for more than half a century. Located just down from Corbin High School on Cumberland Falls Highway in Corbin.
One sip of tropical lime-flavored Mountain Dew Baja Blast will turn this into this. Your barbecue into a cabana. And your backyard into an island oasis. With a blast of tropical lime flavor, you can bring the beach vibes with you everywhere. Grab some friends and ice-cold Mountain Dew Baja Blast today. Do the Dew.
Ever heard the phrase big enough to serve you, small enough to know you? It's true at Hometown Bank. From the easy-to-use mobile app to online banking and even bill pay, Hometown Bank has everything you need to make banking easier. Whether you need to make a mobile deposit or would rather stop in and see a friendly, smiling face in person, Hometown Bank is here and ready to help. Stop in and find out how easy working with a Hometown Bank can be. Visit the Hometown Bank nearest you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hey folks, this is Sammy here at Sammy's Furniture and Mattress, and we're having a big floor model clearance sale. We put red tags all over all the stuff that's just got to go, and they're all deeply discounted. So if you're looking to save big, now's the time. Hey, it's all on sale, folks, and if you see something that doesn't have a red tag, ask somebody that works here, because I bet it's on sale too. That's Sammy's Furniture and Mattress. We're located just 5 minutes from downtown Corbin. We're open 7 days a week from 10 to 6, on Sundays from 12 to 5. We've got 12 months same as cash financing, and folks, we deliver. That's Sammy's Furniture and Mattress. Come see us today.
When work needs doing or the trail calls, you need a machine that's ready for both. That's Honda's line of Pioneer side-by-sides. Choose the Compact 520, the powerful 700 series, or go big with the 1000 line. Built for 3, 5, or 6. Visit Tri-County Cycle Sales, 8775 U.S. Highway 25 in Corbin, Kentucky today, and find your perfect Honda Pioneer side-by-side. For your safety, read the owner's manual and wear a helmet and eye protection. Always wear your seatbelt and close the side nets and doors when operating. Honda side-by-sides are for riders 16 and older.
Dispatch. I will be stopping a high-speed reckless driver headed from Smoky Bear's Barbecue over to the big Corbin football game.
Officer, proceed with caution. Smoky Bear's is serving up some of the best food in town. They have house-made sauces, rubs, fall-off-the-bone ribs, the best burgers you can find, and ridiculous salads.
You aren't kidding. This place has folks lined up out the door. Send every unit you can before Smoky Bear's runs out of food.
Attention all units requesting backup at Smoky Bear's Barbecue and Catering on American Greeting Card Road.
Enjoy Smoky Bear's Barbecue 7 days a week for lunch, dinner, and all your catering needs. Dine in, carry out, order online, and DoorDash.
All right, back at Campbell Field, Dave Cox and Burley Foley with you. Still about 10 minutes on the clock before we kick things off here. Johnson Central and Corbin both back in the locker room getting some last-minute instructions. And Coach, normally a game of this magnitude, we're going to talk about all the ins and outs and the strategies going into this. Not a lot of strategy in this game. Johnson Central's going to line up, try to run over us. They've got bigger people, stronger folks. We're going to try to out-quick them, probably spread the field and get some of our playmakers into the open field and keep up with them. To me, I see this key, though, in the game, and this may be too simplistic, but we're going to have to find a way to get them in second and third and long. If they come in and get 6-8 yards on first down, it's going to be a long night.
Well, we're going to have to take some chances. We're going to have to blitz some and take some chances on some big plays. And when you do that, sometimes that can get you. So we got to hope that we guess right early. We can't sit in there and play toe-to-toe with them, or at least I don't think we can. We're going to see here in a few minutes. But we're going to have to take some chances. We're going to have to blitz from the outside. And I talked with Coach Birchie, Coach Adams yesterday. You got to squeeze the field. You can't let that belly get wide. You got to keep it narrow where your people are, because you let that thing, they start out inside, then they try to get a little wider, and then they want to get wide right at your end. And when they have that success inside and they're able to do that, it makes it very, very hard on your defense.
Again, no secrets. They've only thrown the ball 11 times all year long. The quarterback's 4 out of 11 on the season. 4 out of 11 on the season for 84 yards, and he's averaging 14 yards a game. So, they're going to try and hit a big play here and there. But we're going to hang on just a second. I'm not going to send it back to the stage. We're just going to hold on here until the national anthem's over with. So just pause with us, folks. All right, back at Campbellfield. Thank you for staying with us there. They snuck the national anthem in. I saw the band that gathered up in the end zone. I was waiting on them to come out and start to play the national anthem. They brought a singer in to do it. So, at any rate, we're back to live action here from Campbellfield. Dave Cox and Burley Foley with you. We've got about 6.5 minutes to go here before we kick things off, and my station guy needed a break back there for just a minute. Need to go get some materials, and so we just held on to it right here. Apologize for the dead air there for just a few seconds. But at any rate, Coach, we were talking before we went to the break there that again, not many secrets. Luke played Johnson Central some. Coach Sammons did when he was at
Lawrence County, maybe.
No, not Lawrence County. When he was actually at Cabell Midland, they played some.
Oh, okay.
And he played Belfry as well. But so they know one another pretty well. I don't know if he knows Coach Peck or not, but I do know that he knows of this team as one of the teams when he first hired in here, he talked about that he knew a little bit about in Kentucky. But with that being said, and knowing what they're going to do and figuring out how to stop it is two different things sometimes.
Well, I say this with the utmost respect. There's not a lot to know about Johnson Central. They're going to do what they do, and they're going to stay with that. Now, what they can do and what they have done, they'll lure you in when you keep creeping, coming up there trying to get more people in the box for help. They'll hit you with a little play action. So you've got to be aware of that, although that's not what they're known for. But I'm really anxious to see how our kids respond after 2 losses. That tells you a little bit about the grit of a kid, because losses will teach you to go one way or another. You'll either get better or you'll get worse from them. So here in about 5 minutes and 11 seconds, we're going to see what that trend is.
And I think, especially in a game like this, for Corbin, they're going to need to hit a couple of big plays. And we have to stay away from turnovers. You cannot give them a short field. They're going to be hard enough to stop. And if you make them go the length of the field or make them go, 70, 80 yards to score, you got a chance of penalty. You also got a chance of turnover. We've seen Johnson County turn this thing over. Johnson Central turned it over a few times in the games that we played against them. Now, most of the time we played them was not on a pristine turf field either. It was in the mud and it was wet by this time of the year. The field was beat up a little bit, so the ball was a little more slippery. But I would suspect that we'll be trying to punch the football, try to knock it loose, see if we can create some turnovers and maybe create a short field or two for ourselves.
Well, I'm like a lot of Corbin fans right now. I'm still searching to see what our identity is. I know we came out a couple games and we've tried to run the wing T and have ran the wing T and was able to pick up some yardage and a couple wins. And then we've thrown it with some success at times. So I think we're more versatile in this game. However, you can't turn it over, you can't make fumbles, as you said, or throw interceptions. And, Coach Sammons' strategy may be, hey, we're going to try to win this thing 7-6, 14-7, and get in a grind out game with them. I personally don't think that that's how we can play and win. I think we've got to get on the corner. I think we've got to get Akins and Estep and Persons in space. Mason's got to throw the ball well. And then our linebackers on the two outside linebackers, Taken Cox and Persons, they've got to play well. They've got to squeeze the field so we can keep people in the box. We got to have everybody in the box we can get.
I don't think we do. The captain's coming out to midfield now, Coach. While we're getting ready to go through the coin toss and such, you've got a big weekend coming up. I know there's a reunion of sorts every year that goes on from the 1976 state championship team. A bunch of your buddies, my buddies too, are in town this weekend. Some are here at the game tonight, and y'all are going to be down at Kevin Bass's cabin for the rest of the weekend. So tell us a little bit about that.
Well, we still got a few of them. Down there, I think Fred's plan tonight was fix a big bowl of chili. That's about right. He told us that, but some of us came to the game, so they're eating fillets is what they're doing and telling us it's chili because they got us out there. But Kevin and Todd and Jeff Sears, they stayed at the cabin with the camp master, Jerry Pace, 85 years old, still going strong. The other 5, 6, 8, Ronnie Watkins, Kenny Gilbert, Steve Hart, who's a local guy here, does a lot of football team. They're here, and they're going to be seated up here at one of the terraces, which is, I'm telling you, it's awesome to sit out there. But it is a good weekend for us. We got a pet squirrel down there now, so that's been a little new twist. It's been pretty exciting. Hopefully he hadn't bit anybody by the time we get back down. But we traveled in for the game, and it's really exciting to have all those guys back home.
Yeah, I got to go down last year for one evening and see some of my buddies. Billy Cummins is down there, and Billy and I graduated together. Of course, Tom Horvath and I graduated together. A lot of familiar names, and those guys when they're back in the day, everybody played every sport. So even if you didn't play football, you play with all those guys in something.
You had to have enough.
Yeah, right. That was always kind of cool. But well, a beautiful evening again here at Corbin. We've been blessed with great weather all season long, and sure as I say that, it's going to turn on us. But right now, still out there, and they're showing the. I see they've got the camera on there. I can just see the corner of the big scoreboard. They're showing the coin toss out there. I did not catch who won the toss, but both teams heading back to the respective sidelines, and we're going to be underway here shortly. They got 1:09 on the clock. They may reset that here, but the Corbin got a pretty good sized spirit line out, and the Red Hounds are taking the field right now as we speak, dressed in their red jerseys, silver headgear, and gray pants. And here comes Johnson Central, black pants, white jerseys, black numbers, and black headgears, trimmed up in gold. A very Pittsburgh Steeler look.
They're huge. They're a big high school football team.
Yeah, I'd hate to feed those guys. That'd be tough. I mean, I don't know if Terry Joe and the varsity club still do that or not. They better order some more, is all I can tell them.
Well, defensively, a guy we didn't mention too when we talk about Johnson Central size, Malachi Brown's got to play well tonight. He really does. He's a guy that can match their size and he can match their physicality. We got to have a big game out of he and Eli Petrosky. I think those two guys and our two outside linebackers really have to play well for us to win. But we got to tackle. Coach Sammons and I talked about it on the radio show a couple of weeks ago. We just got to lock up and get people on the ground. Hopefully we're going to do that tonight.
Yeah, speaking of the radio show, if you can't catch all the action tonight or you don't stay up late enough to get all of the returns in from the games that are being played tonight, tune in tomorrow morning to T1073 at 9 o'clock. The water cooler with me, Coach Foley, myself will be on. We'll be talking to Coach Sammons the first half of the hour. Then the second half we'll be recapping everything that went on throughout the state. Unfortunately for us, Coach, our Reds are over until next season. They got jolted by a really good baseball team, but I was very pleased just getting in the playoffs for this year. So
yeah, it was an exciting. I would have liked to have seen us won that second game to at least got to the best out of three final, but we didn't. But Francona, in my opinion, has done a pretty good job. We got to get some power in the middle of the lineup, I think, and we'll be okay.
My Detroit Tigers jumped out with the best record in baseball, then promptly blew a 15-F game lead, then beat Cleveland 2 out of 3. So they're in. Set to go. Witherington approaches, kick, a high short kick is going to be taken up back at about the 25-yard line, starts left, then cuts back to the middle of the field, hit and knocked down. Good tackle in the open field there at about the 25-yard line where Johnson Central will take over, or Corbin will take over 1st and 10.
Clay Akins hustling down. He's made some big plays for Corbin. this year.
Johnson Central's quarterback, I remember this kid. He's a nice player, Austin Sloan. He's a junior, but he's been starting up there, I think, since he's a freshman maybe, but doesn't throw it a whole lot, but he does do some damage on the ground. He's their third leading rusher. They're going to come out in the wing tee, and actually it's an offset eye in behind the quarterback. Sloan hands it off straight up to get to the fullback on a quick hitter. He's out over the 30 to about the 31-yard line, gain of about 6 right up the middle.
Well, defensively, we got upfield then. If you're a defensive lineman, they ran by Owens. He had great penetration, but believe it or not, you don't want a lot of penetration on this team. You want to play down the line of scrimmage, and because if you get upfield, they're going to give, and that's what happened on that play. We just got upfield too far.
Well, they're going to not hit you with as many big plays. I think it's kind of like death by 1,000 cuts. They're going to pop you with these 5 and 6 yarders. That's a big play for them. Sloan moves up under center again. 3 backs set in behind him. 2 tight ends. Hand off second back through this time, running off left tackles. Got some room. Turns the corner. Is going to be chased down all the way out near midfield before he's pushed out of bounds, maybe about the 49-yard line of Johnson Central.
Well, they're doing exactly what we thought they would do. They give it 2 times inside, and it's went inside out. They give it to the fullback, but the lane is really not right at the middle linebacker. It's from the inside out.
They're going to say he stepped out of bounds over there, excuse me, at the 42-yard line, so it's going to bring up 2nd down and 4. No, I take that back. The scoreboard's a bit late catching up. It is a 1st down, so 1st and 10 from about the 42. He did step out shy of the 50, though. Hand off straight up to get to the fullback. Running very hard in there is number 11. That is Logan Morrow. He's out over the 50 into Corbin territory, about the 48-yard line. That will move the chains. Will it or not? No, it's going to be 2nd down and a yard.
Farmer, one of the tacklers for Corbin. Johnson Central looks just exactly like I thought they would early here. They're going to be tough in there. Our linebackers are going to have to go downhill and blow that thing up. You can't wait on them. You got to go to them.
We're going to have to be just a little more excited than we are right now, I think. We're kind of standing there waiting on them to attack 2nd down and 1 from the 48 for the Eagles just inside Red Hand territory. Hand off the second back through. This time it's going to be Music, and he's into the secondary, knocked down at about the 35-yard line.
Well, I know they can see this from upstairs because I can. What's happening is our 2 defensive tackles, they're going upfield too much. They've got to keep a body on body down there because they're reading that. If that tackle comes in the B gap, they're going to give it to him in A gap. If he's there, they're going to give it out to him out here in B and C and so on and so forth. Got to play along the line of scrimmage rather than get all that penetration.
1st and 10 for Johnson Central from the Corbin 36-yard line. Just underway here. Hand off Morrow again. He's going to be hitting stacked up at the line of scrimmage. That falls forward from maybe 1.5 yards. Corbin played that one pretty well. Morrow's a big kid too. They don't have heights and sizes on here, but I'm going to say he's a solid 250.
They're huge. They're massive up front.
That's their fullback I'm talking about. Yeah, number 11. He's a brick.
Yeah, he looks like a lineman in the backfield. Mahan on the stop for Corbin. Played that pretty good.
2nd down and 9 for Johnson Central. First drive of the game for either team. 9:25 to go in the first quarter. No score as of yet. Johnson Central at the Corbin 35. Sloan under center. Takes it, leads with the 3rd back through. He's going to be hit, stacked up. No, breaks free. The pile squirts into the defensive backfield, but it'll be pulled down at about the 22-yard line. That will be enough to move the chains. Another first down. Had him wrapped up, Coach.
We stopped it 2 yards deep in the backfield, but you got to get him on the ground. You know, the whistle don't blow until he's on the ground. And we made a good hit. Was there to make the play, but you got to go ahead and finish it.
1st down and 10 for Johnson Central from the 24-yard line of Corbin. Same set for Johnson Central. Big fullback Morrow right in behind the quarterback, about 2 yards right off of his tail. They're going to hand it to the big fullback again. Morrow off the right tackle, lowers his head, beats forward, takes a couple tacklers with him all the way down to the 15. That's going to be just shy of a first down, I believe, where they're going to place him down to about a half a yard short, 2nd down, and less than 1 for first down.
Zach Thomas, the corner coming up for Corbin. If you'll look at the line of scrimmage, we've got everybody up in there. We've got, probably a 9-man front right now with just 2 corners.
So far, Johnson Central has just taken it and marched it right between the tackles, right down our throats, all the way down to the 15-yard line. Corbin needs a turnover, a penalty right here. Sloan moves under center. 3 backs in behind him. Second back through is going to be Music. Starts off the right side, turns the corner, lowers his head, and is pulled down at about the 8-yard line after a gain of about 7. Be first and goal there for the Eagles.
They're just manhandling this. You can look at it any way you want to, but on this particular drive, they've just been better up front than we are.
Well, they're getting hit at the line of scrimmage, and they've broken some tackles, but we're tackling them high. We're not getting down, getting to their legs right now.
You're not going to tackle that fullback high. He's going to win that battle every time.
He's going to give you a nice ride to the end zone. Now they're in the double wing set, the fullback set right in behind the quarterback. They hand it off to Morrow. Again, he lowers his head. He fights for the goal line, runs over his own man, dives for the end zone, and did he get in, or is he going to be just a touch short? They're going to mark him about a half a yard shy. His own man knocked him down that
kept
time.
Him from getting in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this was how the game was advertised to be. A lot of people didn't give Corbin a chance. They thought Johnson Central would just control the line of scrimmage, and so far that's what it's been. We got to just be a little tougher people. Just this is not a complex game.
Second down to go from the half-yard line for Johnson Central. Turn they give to Morrow again. He lowers his head. This time he stacked up. He did not get in. Pretty good defense there by Corbin. They fought back just a bit there, so it will be third and goal now.
Goins, Mahan. It's hard to get them all from this vantage point when they're that far away, but played that play decent.
Here this is what they do. They've had the football the entire first quarter, 6:28 to go in a fast-moving first quarter, and they keep it in bounds. They keep it on the ground, keep the clock running, and you look up and you're 3 touchdowns down.
I remember a coach here that played that way.
Sloan takes it, leaves it off with Morrow again. Big guy banks into the end zone. Touchdown, Johnson Central. And actually, we played that play pretty well. We got him down after a 1.5-yard game, but he only needed a half yard. So Johnson Central on the board first, 6:09 to go in the first quarter, 6-0 lead for the Eagles.
You got to have help on him. You're not going to tackle him one-on-one. I'm going to guess we don't have weights and sizes, but he looks to be about 250 to me. He's a large youngster.
Yes, that he is. Extra point attempt coming up here for Johnson Central. We're not behind till we get the ball, though. We get our shot, too. Snaps a good one, kick on the way. Long and strong right down the middle. Johnson Central out to early 7-0 lead. 6:09 to go in the first quarter play. The Red Hounds will get the ball back when we return. Stick around. You're listening to Corbin Football on T107. Let's go for 30. We'll see how quick they turn these things up.
Are you looking for reliable electrical supplies? Look no further than Eubanks Electrical Supply. From light bulbs to circuit breakers, we've got everything you need to power up your projects. Our expert staff is ready to help you find the right tools and materials to complete your project. Whether you're a DIY enthusiast or a professional contractor, Eubanks Electrical Supply has you covered with top brands and friendly service. Stop by today in Corbin, Kentucky at 701 South Main Street or in Somerset, Kentucky at 1030 West Columbia Street. And discover why Eubanks Electrical Supply has been the trusted name in electrical supply for over 60 years.
Rush by Morrow, and the Eagles are ahead 7-0. Corbin's going to get their chance with the football here shortly.
We're going to have to make a defensive adjustment. I'm pretty sure Coach Sammons is telling them right now, don't get all that penetration. Stay in your gap and be disciplined, and maybe we can make some plays.
Mason Bentley, the kicker for Johnson Central, tees it up at the 40, steps into it. Boy, he booms this one deep. It's going to drive step all the way back inside the 5. Starts off the right side, got a block or two, turns the corner. He's got some room up over the 30, tripped up at the 35-yard line. Boy, I tell you what, had he been able to turn that corner just a shade earlier, he may have taken that one to the house. But a good run that time by Estep sets Corbin up 1st and 10 from the 35.
That's the spark we needed. We needed good field position, which we got. But, boy, he was just a shoelace away from taking that all the way. Cam's a very good return guy. He has great vision. He makes the right cuts. He sets you up, and a very, very nice return by the senior.
To me, this is the fascinating part of the game. We knew what Johnson Central was going to do, and they're going to take 6, 8, 10 minutes to score pretty much against anybody. If Corbin can move the football, this could be one of those shootouts again. Salmon's back to throw, throws it off the left side. He's got Britton out there, broken up. Pretty good defense out there by the defensive back. Actually, Lucas had that one right in his mitts, and 28 reached in there and just popped it loose from him. That's Logan music. Logan and Bryson Music, two brothers back there in the backfield, defensive backfield for Johnson Central. See, that's what you can't have. You can't give up yards on first down and play behind the sticks against this team.
No, you can't. Johnson Central with a 44, they think we're going to throw it.
Pretty nice toss back there. That time, here's a handoff straight up the gut and nowhere to go whatsoever. I believe that's Stevens. He's going to be pushed back. May have picked up a yard on forward progress, so 3rd and long is exactly where you don't want to be against a team this big.
No, not much room in there with them big horses.
Mason Salmon's the quarterback. He's got Stevens to his left, 2 wideouts to the left, 2 to the right. Left is the wide side of the field. Here comes the rush. Salmon's being chased out of bounds. We got a flag. It may be the ball's thrown up the field and it's caught, but it will be enough for the first down. But the flag came down in the area you would expect a hold.
It's going to be a hold on us. Mason did a good job eluding the pressure, and then we actually, I think, completed that for a first down.
We did. It would have been good out to about the 48-yard line, but I think the penalty is going to. I was a little bit caught off guard. They're using pink flags tonight.
Yes, it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
Yeah, that's a tough penalty there. That goes, we're going to have some of those big plays. We don't hold on to pass on 1st and 10, and then we get stuffed, and then pick up a holding penalty on 3rd down. So we're 3rd and 19 now from the 25. I don't know that many teams have a 3rd and 19 play in their playbook.
No. But we're going to have to gamble some without question, but you cannot play behind the yard markers, as you pointed out. We've got to just play a little smarter.
Salmon's in the shotgun, 2 wideouts to each side of the field. Mason takes it, looks to throw. Back about his 10-yard line, fires long down the middle field. He's got a receiver behind the defense, and it's going to be caught. It's caught all the way down to the 30-yard line. What a beautiful toss. That's Akins out there. He waited on that one like a fly ball. Hey, let me tell you something. That ball went from the 10-yard line to the 35-yard line in the air. Don't ever question the strength of the quarterback's arm.
He's got a very, very strong arm, and Akins another big play. He makes a lot of big plays for us, and that was another one.
Tell you what Akins does, Barley. He goes and gets the ball. He doesn't wait on the ball. That time he came back and ran through the defensive back because the ball was a touch short. He went back and got it. 1st and 10 for Corbin at the 30-yard line. Great toss that time. They're going to run around the left side this time to east step. He lowers his head. He's got some running room. Turns the corner. Is going to be hit and runs over a tackler down inside the 5 to the 4-yard line. Big run that time by Corbin. Kind of got to the line, I think, and caught Johnson Central napping a bit. Got around that corner. Big gainer all the way down inside the 5. Corbin 1st and goal from the 4.
Well, our youngsters have fired right back here with a big play to Akins and then a good run by Cole. But here we got to finish. We haven't finished here in the last few games. We got to go ahead and finish this drive.
Salmon's directing traffic. Moves Stevens over to his right. Again, 2 wideouts to both sides. Salmon's going to keep it himself. He starts running right. He's going to get in the end zone. Walks in untouched. Corbin scores.
Well, offensively, Dave, we talked about this. They put 30 points, or Pulaski put 30 points on them, so they're a little bit vulnerable on defense. But I know Johnson doesn't want to get in this kind of game, but so far we've baited them right into our top of the game.
I'll tell you what I would bet you. I'll bet you Johnson doesn't practice much against the pass.
No, I wouldn't think so.
But at any rate, Corbin, and I've never understood this. The entire line shifts to the left. Now they move back to the right, and everybody follows them. But at any rate, it looks like we're going for 2. Nope. Witherington, the kicker, is a little bit late getting on the field.
He was excited about the touchdown.
He wasn't expecting that touchdown either, was he?
Yeah, we don't want this clock to run out on us here.
We're down. 8 seconds. We're good. Sebastian Witherington, the kicker. Salmon's the holder. Snaps a good snap kick on the way, long and strong, right down the middle. Corbin has tied this thing up. 7-7, 4:03 to go in the first quarter play. We'll take a break, then be back to Campbell Field. Stay with us. You're listening to Red Hound Football on T107.
Need auto repairs? Then you need Owens Auto Repair. Owens offers a wide variety of parts and services. You'll find all the top name brand batteries and tires to a full line of truck and auto parts. Utility beds, Sherwin-Williams auto paint, weather guard toolboxes, custom-made hydraulic hoses, and yes, service work for cars, trucks, and RVs. Whether it's auto repairs or just a battery or new tires, Owens Auto Repair has you covered. Owens Auto Repair, serving you for more than half a century. Located just down from Corbin High School on Cumberland Falls Highway in Corbin.
Johnson Central took about 15 plays straight up the middle, 3 to 4 yards at a time, scored their touchdown. Corbin took about 4 plays. A big 50-yard pass from Sammons to Akins, the highlight of that drive. Corbin ties it up. Certainly different styles of play, Coach, but we're all back where we started.
We just got to make some adjustments here on defense and not make it so easy. We're capable of doing that. We just got to perform in those gaps.
Short kickoff taken by the upback at about the 15-yard line. Starts up the left side, hit and hammered down. Boy, that's a big hit by a Corbin defender right there. That's 46. Who is that young
48.
man, Coach? 48.
Yep, that's Luke Hatfield. Big hit.
That was a big hit. I'm not sure that he didn't get the worst of it, but it was a big hit.
He didn't let it phase him though. He was pretty excited.
Yeah, that kid had a full head of steam. Let's see if Corbin can. We need our big guys up front to get some push here. We're starting our tackling to tackle these kids 3 and 4 yards down the field here. 1st and 10 from the 31-yard line for Johnson Central. 3:58 to go in the quarter. Tied at 7. Sloan is up under center. Same set. Send Music in motion. They leave it off with the fullback Morrow. He lowers his head, just drags tacklers with him out of the 35 to about the 37-yard line. Gain of 6.
Characteristic of Johnson Central, and I think it's a great characteristic. We came right back and scored. They won't panic. They won't try to go and do something that they're not good at. They'll be patient, and they're going to come back and run the ball right at you.
Well, possessions obviously are a big part of anything. The corner's going to have to match their scoring. But at Johnson Central, if a holding penalty here in the right place or a turnover,
got to get them behind the sticks.
That's right. Sloan back under center, leaves it off with Music this time. He's going to be hitting stacked up. Corbin popped him that time. He's pushed all the way back to the 35-yard line. How's hitting a little bit now?
That was Miles Marlowe. He's made a couple good plays. He starts at offensive tackle, but he's used in there some at defensive tackle. He played that picture perfect. Good play by Corbin's defense. 3rd
down now, and about 5. Loss of 1 on the play. Sure would be nice to get a stop here and maybe flip the field position just a touch. Sloan moves up under center. 3 backs sitting behind him now. Offset I. Gives it second back through. That's going to be Music. He's got some running room. Hit near the first down marker. He's going to be drugged down at the 45, running very hard. That's just a good run, a good hard run that time. But as I said, Music, that's 22. Braxton Perry, he's our leading rusher on the year.
Yeah, I don't want to beat a dead horse here, but you can't get upfield on a team like this. And I think you know what I'm talking about.
I do.
If you get penetration in there, they're just going to cut.
We're overrunning the play.
Yeah, exactly. We've got to play down the line of scrimmage a little better. And then our corners, we're going to have to gamble some and get our corners involved in this.
2 tight ends, very tight set this time. They're going to give it off to, Music tries the left side. He gets around the corner, gets out to the 50-yard line. Very odd-looking set that time. They had 2 tight ends, really tight, and then 2 backs in there in the wing, at the wing set, and then the fullback. Is he 2 yards behind the quarterback, Coach?
If you'll look at us when we get to our defensive set here, we don't have a safety. We don't have a safety in the middle of the field. We've got 8 up front, and then we're 4 across, 3 across.
They gain a 6 on that play, 2nd down and 4 from the 49-yard line of the Red Hounds. Sloan under center, moves back. Recalls play, handoff to Morrow with the middle. He's going to be hitting stacked up. Not much gain that time. He may have gotten a couple yards, did not pick up the first down. We'll bring up 3rd and about 2.
I like this kid. He comes in. He was in on the tackle then. Tyson Blaylock. He's a backup defensive tackle, and he plays pretty good. Looks like we've got a player injured limping off.
63. He plays a little angry, doesn't he? That's Logan Crawford for Corbin. It's shaking up just a bit.
I think some of his first action on the varsity this year. I'll tell you what we are doing. We're shuffling them linemen in and out.
Yeah, well, I can see why they're getting the handful of the 3rd down and 3 big play here for the defense. Probably 4 down territory for Johnson Central. We've got a whistle and a stoppage of play timeout taken by Johnson Central. We'll just hold on to it here during this timeout. 46 seconds to go. We're pretty close to the quarter break here. We're tied at 7. Coach, pretty much what you expected?
Yeah, I honestly thought Corbin would come out and try to throw the ball some, and they have. I thought Johnson would do. I mean, there's no question about what they're going to do. The statistics tell you only 84 yards on the year passing. I'm glad you pointed that out, but it doesn't surprise me. and they're going to run the belly. They're going to read it. And the adjustment, what we're doing is we got everybody up in there because we have to. Because, I mean, I'd say we're giving up 20, 30 pounds a man. Would you be safe to say that?
Every bit of it, and more than that in the backfield. This kid in the backfield is as big as one of their linemen. I mean, and he's agile. But here's the thing. You tend to think that at some point in time they're going to wear down a little bit. Now, I don't know how deep they are. Looking up and down their sideline, they don't have huge numbers. We've got a lot more kids than they do.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised at that. I noticed that. I thought they'd have 75, 80 kids, but I'd say hard-pressed that they've got 50.
Yeah, if you count all the ones on crutches over there, they probably might have 70.
So they may not have brought them all.
They got a bunch hurt, yeah. 3rd down and 3 from the 48-yard line. Sloan moves under center. Music in motion. They're going to pitch it to him around the left side. He makes a cut and falls short, and there's a flag coming in. I think they're going to finally get a hold on Johnson Central, thrown in the area where you would anticipate that, but he was knocked down shy of the first down. This is an interesting call here, Coach. 3rd down, and it's going to be 4th down and about 3. Do you take the penalty and give them a 3rd down over again?
I think you have to, based on they don't throw the ball very well. I think you've got to take the penalty.
Well, yeah, they would go for it on 4th probably here if you don't. If you knew they were going to punt it, you would be happy to see that. But they're going to mark off 10 yards, and Corbin will accept the penalty. It's going to move them back to about the 42-yard line. It looks like 3rd and about 13, which is what we talked about earlier. We need to get them behind the sticks, whether it's through penalties, turnovers, whatever that may be. Good defensive play, anything like that. But I'm starting to see just a little bit of excitement out of Corbin.
A little bit of fire on this series, and tackled fairly well too.
Big 3rd down here, 3rd down and 13. If they were ever going to throw it, this may be the time. 35 seconds to go, clock counting. Sloan fakes the pitch, hands it off on the counter, and Music trying to get outside is going to be pulled down from behind. Hang on there, guys. Well, I thought he was, and now here comes the cavalry, and he is hammered down.
Great play by Akins. They ran a counter back to the backside. He was that outside linebacker, stayed there, hit him, came back, he got away, came back, got on him again, and really a good defensive set for Corbin.
It's like one of those gnats at a picnic. He wouldn't give up.
He wouldn't got everybody else.
He wouldn't give up. Then his buddy showed up. Yeah. I like Akins. He can play. Let me tell you, this kid's he's just a player.
Made a great defensive play because there was nobody home but him.
Well, Sloan's the punter. He's going to let the clock run out, and time will expire in the first quarter play. We're all tied at 7. Stick around. We'll be right back. You're listening to Red Hunt Football on T107.
One sip of tropical lime-flavored Mountain Dew Baja Blast will turn this into this. Your barbecue into a cabana. And your backyard into an island oasis. With a blast of tropical lime flavor, you can bring the beach vibes with you everywhere. Grab some friends and ice-cold Mountain Dew Baja Blast today. Do the Dew.
Ever heard the phrase big enough to serve you, small enough to know you? It's true at Hometown Bank. From the easy-to-use mobile app to online banking and even bill pay, Hometown Bank has everything you need to make banking easier. Whether you need to make a mobile deposit or would rather stop in and see a friendly, smiling face in person, Hometown Bank is here and ready to help. Stop in and find out how easy working with a Hometown Bank can be. Visit the Hometown Bank nearest you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
One quarter in the books. Back at Campbell Field, Dave Cox and Burley Foley with you, all tied at 7. Corbin getting ready to get the football back as Sloan is going to have to punt for the first time tonight. He should hit this one about his own 30-yard line. Back deep for Corbin is E-Step. He's standing by himself back about the 18-yard line. I've always wondered why we don't put 2 back, because we don't really all-out rush the punter anyway, and they tend to kick it away from E-Step.
Yeah, Jackie Jewell, special teams coach back when I was coaching, he always liked to have 2 back there.
High snap. Sloan feels it, gets the kick away, kicks this one at E-Step. He's going to let it bounce out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. Actually, they did angle that one away from Cam just a bit. Corbin will take over first down and 10, deep in their own territory, but they are tied up here 7-7 starting the second quarter of play.
Was bad a defensive series we had the first series of the game. We had that good of a series that time. Got some people to the ball, got a little excitement, and tackled well. So that's encouraging.
All tied at 7, 11:54 to go here. Corbin's got it, excuse me, first and 10 from their 19-yard line, I should say. Going to try and find out who all of the honorees are. Tonight is Hall of Fame night at Corbin. Maybe we can get Terry Joe to send us a list of who's going in tonight. Get that information out to you on the airways. Salmon's working out the shotgun. Wide outs to both sides. Wide receiver screen. Ball was lost. And then did Johnson Central recover it, or are they going to call that an incomplete pass? Looks like they're trading sides, Coach. There was a pass out in the flat. The receiver lost the footing. Then the ball came loose. Then there was a big pileup. Salmons came out there with the football, but they're still sorting it out. Corbin's offense is going to stay on the field, it looks like.
I'm trying to see if I could pick up a motion from the official. I couldn't tell you what the ball did. I saw Cam catch it and turn upfield, nearly break it, but then I seen him turn around as if, he had fumbled, but I don't know if Johnson Central got on the ball.
It looked like he stumbled, and I don't know if somebody – it's on the far side of the field, and there was a Corbin player between he and I. It looked like maybe he stepped on Cam. Sometimes the quarterback gets stepped on, but
Well, it's going to boil down to, did the ball hit the ground or not?
They're going to give it back. They're going to give it to Johnson Central. First big turnover of the game goes to the Eagles.
Yeah, that stings because we had done so well up to that point offensively.
Well, the bad part about it is we had about a 5 or 6 yard gain on the play as well.
I thought he was going to break it.
Again, a nice throw that time by Salmons, and Corbin's defense really going to be tested here. 1st and 10 for Johnson Central on the turnover from the Red Hound 22-yard line. That's a lot of discussion to take the ball and give it back. That was handoff this time to Morrow. He's going to be hit and dropped in the backfield all the way back to the 20-yard line there. Loss of about 3 on the play.
Big play by Eli Petrosky. Got down there where you can't get him up in the pads, that big kid. No. Eli got down there where he lives, got around them ankles, and he can't go anywhere. Good play by Petrosky. 2nd down and 12, maybe closer to 2nd and 13. That's the first time Morrow had been stopped for anything short of a 4 or 5 yard gain tonight. Same set. Morrow right behind the quarterback. The big fullback at just maybe 2 yards right off the quarterback's tail. Trying to give the big guy right up the middle again, and he's going to be hit and piled up. Actually, that's the 2nd back through music. He's hit and stacked up as well. Short gainer of about 1 yard or 2 maybe. We'll bring up 3rd and long. Big Josh Goins, sophomore. He's another one of our kids that can match the physicality with size. Josh is about 290.
Got a little bit of enthusiasm here on the Red Hounds defensive side anyway, Coach. The first series that was very lackluster. After that, they kind of came out with a little more pep in their step.
Somebody got their attention, and it's unfortunate we had that turnover because we really put together a good defensive set against them.
3rd down and 10 here from the 22. Sloan under center, takes it, fakes it, leaves it the 2nd back through. He's going to be hit in the backfield, bounces free, then gets out the left corner. He's got some room, turns the corner out over the 10-yard line. That's unfortunate there because he was hit and stacked up at the line of scrimmage. Just running hard, bounced off the pile of Red Hounds there and got it all the way down inside the 10 to about the 5.
Yeah, we gave up contain here. We had him stuffed, and your outside linebacker and corner's got to come here and not let him outside. And we dove down in there, and that's unfortunate because we made a good play, ball side, and he reversed field on us.
1st and goal at the 6 now for Johnson Central. All tied at 7. 10:09 to go. Clock moving in the 2nd quarter of play. Sloan moves up under center. Takes it, leaves it off with the big fullback. He's going to dive forward, pushes the pile down near the 3-yard line.
It's just masses of people right now. It's can they push us or can we push them?
Yeah, every play they run looks like the tush push to me. It's a very rugby style kind of an offense. They get in there, and the big linemen are shoving their own guys just into the pile.
They've got one tackle out there. I'll bet you. Honestly, I bet he'd go 325.
Good sized kid.
Look at this left tackle.
Yeah, pretty agile too. Sloan moves under center, 2nd down and goal from the 4. Spins, leaves it off, hit and dropped right at the line of scrimmage, wrestled down. That was music. He has no game. May have lost 1 yard.
Good defense by Corbin. Again, Eli Petrosky.
No, Eli's making his presence known here. He came in and got a pop that time. 3rd down and scoreboard show. Yeah, there it is, 3rd and 4. 3rd and goal from the 4-yard line, and clock continues to move, 9:04 to go. The good news for Corbin is Johnson Central got the ball so deep in our territory, they're not going to be able to do a run, an 80-yard drive here. They're either going to score or they're not. Sloan moves up under center. Fullback set in right behind him. Take it, they leave it with the fullback again. No, Sloan's going to keep it himself, cuts it into the end zone, touchdown. They had not ran that play yet, and the quarterback keeper around the left end was a nice call. They faked it the big fullback, Morrow, right up the middle. We collapsed on him, and Sloan just went in untouched.
Well, that's one of the 3 options on that. On the belly, you can give it to the fullback, you can give it to the tailback, or you can keep it. And we hadn't seen him keep it tonight. That was a good time for that call by Johnson Central.
Yeah, nice call by Coach Peck, and a nice run. He doesn't run it a lot. He's their 3rd leading rusher, but so evidently not running it that many times, but yet being the 3rd leading rusher on a team that's got 2,200 yards, he must get some big ones.
Yeah, they kind of lull you to sleep, and then all of a sudden, here's another option.
Yeah. Back in to tip the extra point.
We jumped off sides.
Yeah.
Now they're going to go for 2.
Well, again, this the fumble, deep in our own territory, the penalty now on the extra point. You can't make those kinds of – and you don't have to play a perfect game, but if you're going to turn it over, you need to turn it over somewhere near the middle of the field. We can't turn it over deep in our own territory and give them a short field. They're too hard to guard. So Johnson Central is going to go for it here from the 1.5-yard line on the extra point, leading 13-7. 8:42 to go in the half. Big stop right here would certainly take the sting out of that touchdown. Sloan moves under center. He may try to sneak it from here. Takes a pitch out left side. Music's got it, cuts it into the end zone, untouched. Extra point conversion is good. 15-7 the score. 8:42 to go here in the first half of play. We'll pause for 30 seconds and be back. Stick around. You're listening to Red on Football on T107.
Hey folks, this is Sammy here at Sammy's Furniture and Mattress, and we want you to know when you're shopping at Sammy's, you're entering a tariff-free zone. That's right, folks. 95% of the furniture sold at Sammy's Furniture and Mattress is made right here in the good old US of A. And guess what, folks? That's all 65 of our mattresses, too. Come see us today for the best quality, the best price, the best American-made furniture that you can find anywhere. That's Sammy's Furniture and Mattress, open 7 days a week from 10 to 6, on Sundays from 12 to 5. We've got 12 months same as cash financing if you need it, and folks, we deliver. Because when you shop local, you're also shopping American when you shop right here at Sammy's Furniture.
All right, back to Campbell Field, 15-7 the score. Johnson Central on top over Corbin. Red Hounds set to receive the kickoff here. Coach, you know, you can't gift this team anything, and certainly give them the ball on the 20-yard line, you might as well give them a touchdown. Then you give them a 2-point conversion on an offsides call. That's about as bad as it could have gotten right then.
Yeah, it started with a fumble and then the field position touchdown, then we give them 2. So we've got to correct that.
Kick on the way, high end over end kick's going to be fielded by Person back at his 5-yard line. Starts back towards the center of the field, trying to get around that, trying to get outside the left corner, runs through a couple tackles, and is going to be hit and dropped over the 20 at about the 22-yard line, so the Hounds will get it right back. The good news is the Corbins moved the football. They had a very impressive opening drive, got down into the end zone, and on the play we fumbled on, had about a 6-yard gain.
What I've seen, it looks like we can move, but we're quicker than they are. We're just a little quicker than they are. They're brutes. I mean, they got a nice team.
We need to hang in here to the end of the game. Surely those guys will get tired before we will, right?
Well, you know.
They don't have as much depth, I don't believe. Looking at their sideline, they don't have nearly the depth that we've got. Pretty much they're playing the same 11 on both sides. Their defensive backs are all the running backs. Here's a handoff right side. They get it, and it's going to be blown dead. I think they're going to get Corbin on the penalty here. Did we get a motion penalty? Is that what it's going to be?
I don't know.
There's a jet sweep to Cam around the right side, and they blew it dead before it got started, and they're going to say, yeah, illegal procedure. So Corbin backs themselves up another mistake here.
That's the one thing we can't do. We're killing our own selves.
And we're making these mistakes deep in our own territory. 1st and 15 now for Corbin from the 16-yard line, trailing 15-7. 8:28 to go in the first half of play. 3 wide outs to the right, 1 to the short side of the field. Sam's going to take it, fires across middle, incomplete. That one was intended for E-step and well out in front of him. He had no shot at that one.
Yeah, it was just a quick slant to Cam, and not one of Mason's best throws. He's thrown the ball well tonight, but that one was just out ahead of him. We're trying to throw stuff quick, and I know it's because of the pressure.
Second 15 now for Corbin. Hounds right back at the line of scrimmage. They get the play call from the sideline. Salmons in the shotgun. Now redirects Stevens back to his left. Salmons takes it, rolls right, steps up in the pocket. Now throws long down the right side. He's got a receiver out there. It's going to be Akins again. This one's incomplete. That one underthrown just a touch.
Yeah, Clay went from a receiver to a defensive back. Very good heads-up play by Clay. He ran a corner route on him, and good coverage by Johnson Central. He was with him step for step.
Well, this is where you don't want to be. On your own 16-yard line, third down and 15 to go. But you got to get it out of this hole just a little bit, or else you're going to really flip the field position again. Sam is in the shotgun, wideouts to both sides, two to the right actually. Mason takes it, got a little bit of time, fires out for the left sideline, incomplete. That one looked like it may have slipped out of his hands. I'm not sure, but the intended receiver was Zach Thomas, but
it was just short of Thomas. It looked like Thomas did what he was supposed to. He went to the first down marker and then ran his pattern, and Mason looked a little crossed up on the pattern. But you got to, if you're going to throw it there, you have to throw it for the first down.
Well, Braxton Perry, that's Logan Music, number 28. Like I said, they've got their leading rusher back returning punts, but that's going to be Music. He's their third leading rusher. He's a good runner with the football as well. He'll be at the 45-yard line.
Trey needs to get a good one out of here.
Yeah, we need to keep him off the Trey right here and give him some time to step into this one. 4th and 15 for Corbin from their own 16-yard line. The Hounds have shot themselves in the foot the last couple of drives. Person gets it off the right side of his foot. He shanked that one out near the 35-yard line. It's going to roll out about the 36. About a 21-yard punt. And once again, Corbin's defense with their backs against the wall, as Johnson Central is going to have a short field.
Well, Trey just catches that thing, and I got an echo in my headset. I don't know if you can hear that or not, but he just catches that thing, and he doesn't even take a step and just kicks it. I really think if he would go ahead and take maybe another step, that he would get off a better punt.
Yeah, he really wasn't rushed that time as well. The Corbin line did a good job keeping him out. Big defensive stand in order here for Corbin if they could pull one off. 1st and 10 from the 37 for Johnson Central. Sloan takes a snap, hands it right off to Morrow. Again, he's going to be hit and pulled down at the 35-yard line, gain of a couple. Done a much better job on that big kid here the last little bit.
Well, I think Eli's figured out here you're not going to be able to tackle him. It's 2 tackles he's had here in the last few minutes around the ankles. You got to go after him low. He'll play you over if you don't.
Yeah, this is it's when you give them the football in this field position, it's death by 1,000 cuts. They're going to take 3 yards of the pop and score in 8 minutes, and then the clock's gone. Sloan under center. Takes it, leaves it off, second back to good. That's Music trying to get around the left side. He's going to be hit and drop for a loss. Good defensive play that time by 38. Number 30, no, that's Akins. Good play by Akins there as he hit him for about a 2-yard loss.
He's a nice little football player.
They're down in 11 now, so maybe Corbin can get this thing back. You would think that probably Johnson Center was in 4-down territory from here.
We've made a decent adjustment here defensively. We just can't keep shooting ourselves in the foot. Eli's had 2 good series in a row. But we've got them pretty crowded up in there. Don't be surprised if you don't see play action here in a second.
Sloan under center. Sends Music in motion with the right pitch out right side. They're going to try to string it out. He makes a cut up in. He runs into a host of Red Hounds, hammered down at the 35-yard line. No gain on the play. Maybe a half a yard. Brings up 4th down now and about 9.
I'm really pleased at how aggressive we've become. We have gotten really aggressive here since that first drive.
I'm going to tell you, 52 makes a difference when he's out there.
He's quick.
Yeah,
he's just quicker than they are.
He is. He plays just a little bit mad too. He's got a little bit of attitude. I really like the way that young man plays. Clock running, 6:04 to go in a fast-moving first half of play. 15-7. Still a one-score game. Johnson Central looking at a 4th down and 9 from their 36. Corbin needs to stop here.
Looks like Johnson Central's going to go for it. I'm a little bit surprised at that. I thought they might try to pin us deep and play defense, but looks like they're going to go here on 4th and 9.
Well, they might try to draw us off sides and then go for it on 4th and 4, and if not, kick it. Another 5 yards wouldn't matter on the punt, but they're going to talk things over. Looks like Johnson Central is going to spend their second timeout of the half. We'll hold on to it right here. 5:37 to go. They were letting that clock run all the way down before they called that timeout. 15-7, been a very competitive football game. And gosh, you know, I'm very pleased with Corbin's offense, Coach. We've been able to move the football. I can see how Pulaski put 30 up on these guys.
Yeah. Defensively, they're not as solid as they are offensively. Don't be surprised if they do go for it, if they try a little play action. And I'll tell you what's set up perfect for them is when they put that back in motion. If they throw a halfback pass, well, it's going to be tough because we're coming. We're bringing the whole farm.
Well, you know, I guess pick your poison, right?
Mm-hmm. But, you know, we can't stop the run if we don't bring them. We have to gamble.
That's my point exactly. Pick your poison. I still like putting the pressure on the ball is more than trying to just wait on them to attack us. 4th and 9, biggest play of the half thus far. Johnson Central with it at the Corbin 36, apparently going forward on 4th and 9. May try to draw the Red Hounds off it, then they did punt it. We don't know that yet, but we'll soon find out. Hounds crowding the line of scrimmage. 8 guys right around that football marked to the right hash. Hand up the right side. They're going to give it up the ball. It's good. Those going to be hit and dropped. They handed off the second back through. I missed it. That was Music. He was hit and dropped on another loss of about 2 on the play. So good ball handling there by Sloan. He had me fooled certainly, but a good defensive play there. Did you pick up the Red Hound that
I did.
tucked him down?
Trey Persons, great tackle, playing outside linebacker. It was pretty dismal because we forced it a little wider with Eli actually got some penetration, forced it a little wider, and then Trey come up and made a big play. What a good stop for the Red Hounds.
Let's see if we can get something going. 5:30 to go here, 5:31 to go here in the first half of play. Hounds been able to move the football thus far, just haven't been able to get their hands on it very often. Quarterback takes it, leaves it off up the gut, and Stevens breaks a couple tackles and out over the 40 to the 42-yard line. I tell you, that time, you know, the quarterback, Mason, almost got a running start, Coach. Is that motion?
You know, I don't know.
But he's moving towards.
It looks like it's motion.
He's moving towards the line of scrimmage on the snap. He had a head start that time, and that's that play where he rides Stevens all the way up and hole. He didn't hand the ball off till after he's beyond the line of scrimmage.
It looks like motion, but I don't know if it is or not. I really don't.
It's kind of like what Kurt Selvey used to say about basketball. Said if it looks funny, it's a walk.
Well, that makes sense.
Those of you out there who know Kurt know exactly what I'm talking about, but or knew Kurt, I should say. Great high school basketball official. 1st and 10 from the 47, 10-yard gain, moves the chains for Corbin. Handoff left side. Stevens trying to get around the horse. Got some room. He's at the 50. He's into Johnson Central territory down the left sideline, all the way down inside the 35 to about the 34-yard line. Good run that time by Stevens. Ran through 2 tackles, and also good blocking to let him get around that corner, Coach.
Cole bounced the ball outside. They did a good job. It was designed to go off tackle. There was nothing there. He got outside. We're quicker than they are. I really think that we're a quicker football team than what Johnson Central is.
They're going to mark him down at the 36-yard line. So 4:35 to go. Clock moving. 1st and 10 from the 36-yard line. Hounds getting the play call from the sideline. Thomas split wide to the right side. Looks like he stepped to the left. That's the short side of the field. Thomas all the way to the right side, outside the hash. Handoff straight up the gut again. This time nowhere to go for Stevens. Did a good job to hold on to the ball. He got hit almost immediately there.
Yeah, they had great penetration. The defensive tackle almost took the handoff.
Yeah, that was just honestly, I didn't say that in jest. That was a really good job of him holding on to the football.
Yeah,
he got the football stuck in his belly, then he was hit.
He got popped about 2 yards deep. He's a tough kid, though. Yeah. He's a hard runner.
Yeah, Stevens is a hard runner. 2nd down and 11. Corbin working from the 37. Now the Hounds, I believe, are going to spend a timeout and talk things over just a bit here. 3:49 to go in the first half. We'll pause for 30 seconds and be right back. Stick around. You're listening to Red Hound Football on T107.
Terrain changes, seasons change, but Honda ATVs, they show up ready. The 2026 Four Tracks Rancher, Foreman, and Rubicon are back just as reliable as ever with available 4-wheel drive, automatic DCT, and independent rear suspension on select models. There's a Honda built for how you ride. Visit Tri-County Cycle Sales, 8775 US Highway 25 in Corbin, Kentucky today, and count on Honda to get it done. For your safety, read the owner's manual and always wear a helmet and eye protection. Honda ATVs are for riders 16 years and older.
No, I was talking to Patty. I wasn't talking to you. All right, 2nd down and 11 now for the Hounds, working from the 37-yard line. Let's see what Coach Salmon's dialed up during that timeout. Luke with Mason with backs on either side, hands it off on jet sweep to Estep, gets a block out front, turns the corner. He's going to be hit and pulled down. No, he stepped out of bounds, I believe. They whistled him down just shy of the first down. Cam didn't think he was down. He went and took it on in the end zone, but he's going to be close, Bertie, to the first down.
Yeah,
Is there a flag on the play?
I saw a hold.
There is a flag on the play, yeah.
I saw a big-time hold by us. It was a hold.
Well, that is a backbreaker because I see the flag now back at the 36-yard line, so that's going to take us back near midfield.
Well, we did. Our right tackle had him right by the jersey.
Well, there you go. So 2nd down and 11 turns into 2nd down and 21. Ball at the 47-yard line now. Again, penalties and the turnover, coach, has probably kept us from being ahead in this game.
You take away our mistakes, and we're right in this. We're still right in it, but we've shot ourselves in the foot.
Well, what you don't want to do is give the ball back to them and let them score again. 15-7 at the half is okay. We can live with that. Mason back to pass. He's got some time. Steps up, looks. Now he's going to be chased, pulled down, and, well, that guy came out of nowhere and dropped back at the 38-yard line. It is going to be 3rd down and a mile and a half.
Well, that's the one part of Mason's game that he's going to have to improve. When you step up and that pressure's still coming, go ahead and throw that thing away. Get rid of it.
Or lower your head and run.
Yeah,
he's been very good. He's been very good with the football in his hands with his feet, and he just that time I thought had some bigger in on the left side. He kind of cleared that side of the field out with both receivers going long, but 3rd and 35 here. Well, a very good scoring opportunity there. You thought kind of gone by the wayside unless we hit a big play here, perhaps a defensive penalty. Long pass down the right side up in the air. Thomas comes back forward, in and out of his hands. Good defensive play back there by Johnson Central. Two kids fighting for the football. The ball just a bit underthrown that time, and Thomas tried to come back, but he did manage to get a hand on it, but pretty well covered.
Looks like we got another call here by the official. Johnson Central's coach is complaining about something. I don't know what it is.
I didn't see
I don't see a flag. No.
Like I said, I didn't see a flag. Yeah, there is a flag. It was right at the midfield. That pink flag was laying right in the red of the sea.
Oh, that's why we couldn't see it.
2 of them.
Would this be roughing the quarterback? That's about all I could see if it's on them.
And it wasn't thrown on the pass. I mean, on the defensive Southwest, but he's talking.
No.
They're moving backwards. This against Corbin.
Ineligible receiver downfield.
Yeah. I don't think Johnson Central's had a penalty, have they?
Don't recall one.
And we need Trey to get off a better punt than we got last time.
Yeah.
And we've seen him miss some boomers. We've seen him really, really hammer a couple this year.
He needs to go ahead and take another step. He's
229. At some point in time this year, not on 4th and 35, at some point in time this year, Trey's going to take off with that thing because he can certainly run with the football. But, Trey Person in punt formation. Back deep is Music, standing about his own 20-yard line. 2:29 to go in the half. Person takes, it's got plenty of time, steps into this one, low line drive, kick's going to hit and takes a nice Corbin bounce inside the 20, continues to roll inside the 15, down to the 13, down to about the 12-yard line. Nice kick that time by Person. Low line drive, 2:19 to go here in the half. If you're Corbin, if you get into the locker room 15-7, coach, at the half, you feel pretty good.
Yeah, especially with the mistakes you've made. You're never happy about being behind, as you know, but with all the mistakes that we made, to be able to be just down 15-7, we should be really happy. Trey took one more step on that punt, and that made all the difference.
Well, listen, I don't think Trey came here as a punter. He's a running back and a defensive player, and he's been forced into punting and has done a good job. He's hit a couple bad ones this year, but he's hit more good ones than bad ones.
That was a good one.
That was a very good one at a timely point in the game. 1st and 10 from the 12-yard line. They hand it off straight up the gut. Morrow's going to be hit and dropped at the 15, gain of about 3. You hold that kid to 3 yards and you feel like you've done a great job.
I know. He can fall for 3 yards. He's huge.
He's a big young man, that's for sure.
And very agile, too. Defensively, looks like Malachi Brown, Petrosky are the ends, Goins, Farmer.
I think that might have been, excuse me, Coach, that might have been Cantrell on the carry that time, 7 rather than 11. Hand off this time, second back to. He's got some room. He's in the Corbin secondary. It is a foot race. That's Music up the right side. He's going to be chased into Corbin territory all the way down to 30, finally tracked out of bounds down at the 21-yard line. I say Music, that's actually Braxton Perry, 28 rather than 22, but a big, big run. Just the last thing that Corbin wanted to have happen there, but a really good effort by the Corbin defensive back to chase him down and save a touchdown. But a minute 37 to go. They've got it at the 1st and 10 at the 21.
Yeah, that one will let the air out of you because played so good at times and so sloppy at times. We just needed to get to the locker room and still got a chance to, but great run by Perry.
It'd be nice to see a hold on them one time, just one time in this game. Handoff straight up the gut, into the secondary, touchdown, right up the middle. That's Cantrell, lowers his head, runs right through the Corbin defense, and Johnson Central up by 2 scores.
That's a backbreaker. That one stings a little bit because we were in good shape to go in at halftime with some momentum, and again, that's what that belly does to you, though. If you don't do your job on what you're assigned to do, it's a touchdown.
Yeah, he ran virtually untouched straight up the gut that time, and the extra point on the way. Snaps a good one. Kick on the way. It is good as well. 22-7, halftime score right now, or excuse me, leading up to halftime, minute 21 to go, or 28, I should say. So Corbin's going to get a little bit of time here, but boy, that's what you did not want. You know, you go from having good first down at the 34-yard line, threatening to score, to giving up points.
Well, it's a result of all the mistakes we made on the last offensive drive. We went backwards 40 yards, and you can't do that. You just can't do that. Good quality teams, and then we come out and we make a good play on the first play when they've got it deep down here in our territory, and then we give up a 60-yard run.
Yeah, we surrendered field position there, just by 3 penalties there.
But Corbin's going to get it back here with 1:28 to go. It would be nice to see E-Step or Persons maybe give us a little jolt here with a run back.
Minute 28 to go in the half. 22-7, Johnson Central on top. The Eagles set to kick it off. Persons back deep. E-Step as well. Kick on the way. It is a high end-over-end kick. That's going to drive Person back to his 4-yard line. Starts up the right side. He's got E-Step out in front blocking. Makes a move, cuts it up the right. Still on his feet. Runs through a couple tackles. Gets out over the 20 to about the 30, 32-yard line. Maybe the 33 even. Good run back that time by Trey.
Got popped on that sideline. Johnson Central's little kickoff guy. He wasn't very big, but boy, he brought the wood. Trey did a good job taking the lick. Well, if you're Corbin here, I don't know if you try to get to the locker room now to regroup or you go ahead and fling this thing. I think I try to get to the locker room here and talk about the mistakes you made and how you could possibly get right back in this thing in the second half. We do get the football to start the second half.
Well, I was going to say, I think we get the ball to start the half, so that is a good thing. But it looks like we got 3 wide outs to the left, 1 to the right. Stevens to Mason's side. We throw it off on the pass intended out for Thomas is not a well-thrown ball. That one short hopped to Thomas.
Yeah, Mason's off just a little bit with his timing. Thomas was open. He made the cut, and we did a pretty good job protecting him.
Yeah, that one almost looked like he dropped down sidearm when he didn't really need to.
Well, I think he's trying to overcome. You know, Mason's just 5'10", and they're about 6'3" across the front line, so he's probably dropping down sidearm because he can't see it as well in there.
Mason takes a snap, looks to throw again, dumps it across the middle. He's got a receiver right there. That's Thomas. He's open. He gets around the corner. He's at the 40, going to be tracked down at the 43-yard line. That'll be enough to move the chains. Would look like that one may be a real big gainer. If he could have gotten by that young man, he would have had one guy to beat. And that would have been a huge gainer.
Yeah, I thought he was going to cut the ball back to the middle, but he stayed to the left, and Johnson's defensive back did a good job just being patient because if he goes ahead and commits, our receiver scores.
Mason in the shotgun, redirects traffic just a little bit. 50 seconds to go, clock moving. We need to hurry up just a little bit. Salmon's back to throw, dumps it off underneath. Got a receiver out there. That is going to be caught by Stevens. He's into Johnson Central territory, still fighting all the way down to the 35-yard line. The Hounds have moved the football, and now 37 seconds to go. I think they're going to have to take a timeout here probably and talk things over, but maybe not. They're still moving the chain, so the clock is still sitting on 37. Now they wind the clock at 30. They wound the clock before they even had the chain set. That's crazy. That cost us 6 seconds. Salmon's back to throw. Got time, fires across the middle, high, intended out there for E-step, overthrew him at the 20.
Boy, he had him. He had him.
Yeah, Cam did a good job of the posting up, sort of, if you would, when he made that cut. He got inside the defender and had him on his back.
Did stop the clock, though. That's good. I think we've got one timeout left, maybe.
I think that's what the board says, yes, one timeout.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
what I hated, I just hated that. They started the clock running before they got the chain set, which is not supposed to happen, and we went from 37 to 31 before the ball was snapped.
Not at home, it's not.
Well, no, and I'm just saying that we should have got that break. Salmon's back to throw again. He's being chased out of there, steps up in the pocket, goes down.
Yeah, he had Stevens on a wheel route.
Yeah, it takes a long time for those type of patterns to develop, and he just did not have the time for that. So it's going to be 3rd and 20 again. Now we have played behind the sticks this whole second quarter.
Well, the pressure came from the right side, and Mason being a right-handed quarterback, he drifted to the right. Well, Cole was running the wheel route to the left side. Hindsight 2020, I would have liked to have seen that thing ran to his hand side, because he again, a 5'10" quarterback and a big defensive line like that, it's difficult to see.
Well, Corbin has spent a timeout with 16 seconds to go here. I don't think they have any intention of taking a knee. So, no. I don't blame them. I mean, you only get the football so many times against this team. Johnson Central's going to get the ball and hog it from you, and they're very good at that. We've talked about that all night long. So
Johnson's winded right now. They've got their hands on their hips.
They were tired. They were tired on the last drive, and we backed ourselves up. I really believe that we could have pounded that thing. Stevens had a great run up the middle there to get us to first and 10, 34. Then after that, we just self-destructed. Salmon's out of the gun again. Looks to throw. Steps up, fires long down the left side. It's up for grabs. It's going to be, almost caught off the fingertips out there. It would have been an acrobatic catch out there, but great effort by the Corbin receiver. I think that was E-step out there. Man, he was fully extended, got both hands on it, but he was going to the ground.
I thought he had it. I mean, it was a good description, acrobatic.
Nice throw that time by Salmon, so that one was right on the money.
We can score on them if we'll cut our mistakes out in the second half. We can score some points.
10 seconds to go on 4th and 18. Corbin's going to take another shot at it here as they line up to run a play. Here comes the snap, the blitz. Salmon's in trouble, throws it across the middle. Stevens makes the catch at the 30, turns the corner. Hit and dropped. He fumbled the football. Johnson Central picked it up, and they're taking it back up the right sideline. One man to beat. Salmons takes him down. Great open field tackle by Salmons, and that saved a touchdown, and the clock runs out.
Wow. Again, I don't know if we could have played any worse from a mistake point of view and still just be down 22-7. This game should be about tied.
That game was there. That play right there almost was worse than the first series right there. That was terrible, didn't it? But a great play that time by Salmonsburg to tackle that kid in open field.
He did. He was. I didn't know what was going to happen there, but he started last year as an outside linebacker, and we needed that skill on that particular play for sure.
They punched that thing loose, and Corbin's second turnover of the game did not cost Corbin points. So 22-7 at the half. We'll take a timeout, then be back to Campbell Field. Stick around. You're listening to Red Hunt Football on T107.
Dispatch. I will be stopping a high-speed, reckless driver en route from Smoky Bear's barbecue to the Big Corbin ball game.
Officer, proceed with caution. Smoky Bear's is serving up some of the best food in town. They have house-made sauces, rubs, fall-off-the-bone ribs, catfish, and ridiculous salads.
You aren't kidding. This place has folks lined up out the door. Send every unit you can before Smoky Bear's runs out of food.
Attention all units requesting backup at Smoky Bear's Barbecue and Catering on American Greeting Card Road.
Enjoy Smoky Bear's barbecue 7 days a week for lunch, dinner, and all your catering needs. restaurants, dine-in, carry-out, order online, and DoorDash.
Terrain changes, seasons change, but Honda ATVs, they show up ready. The 2026 Four Tracks Rancher, Foreman, and Rubicon are back just as reliable as ever with available four-wheel drive, automatic DCT, and independent rear suspension on select models. There's a Honda built for how you ride. Visit Tri-County Cycle Sales, 8775 US Highway 25 in Corbin, Kentucky today, and count on Honda to get it done. For your safety, read the owner's manual and always wear a helmet and eye protection. Honda ATVs are for riders 16 years and older.
Hey folks, this is Sammy here at Sammy's Furniture and Mattress, and we want you to know when you're shopping at Sammy's, you're entering a tariff-free zone. That's right, folks. 95% of the furniture sold at Sammy's Furniture and Mattress is made right here in the good old US of A. And guess what, folks? That's all 65 of our mattresses, too. Come see us today for the best quality, the best price, the best American-made furniture that you can find anywhere. That's Sammy's Furniture and Mattress, open 7 days a week from 10 to 6, on Sundays from 12 to 5. We've got 12 months same as cash financing if you need it, and folks, we deliver. Because when you shop local, you're also shopping American when you shop right here at Sammy's Furniture.
Ever heard the phrase big enough to serve you, small enough to know you? It's true at Hometown Bank. From the easy-to-use mobile app to online banking and even bill pay, Hometown Bank has everything you need to make banking easier. Whether you need to make a mobile deposit or would rather stop in and see a friendly, smiling face in person, Hometown Bank is here and ready to help. Stop in and find out how easy working with a Hometown Bank can be. Visit the Hometown Bank nearest you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
One sip of tropical lime-flavored Mountain Dew Baja Blast will turn this into this. Your barbecue into a cabana. And your backyard into an island oasis. With a blast of tropical lime flavor, you can bring the beach vibes with you everywhere. Grab some friends and ice-cold Mountain Dew Baja Blast today. Do the do.
Need auto repairs? Then you need Owens Auto Repair. Owens offers a wide variety of parts and services. You'll find all the top name brand batteries and tires to a full line of truck and auto parts. Utility beds, Sherwin-Williams auto paint, weather guard toolboxes, custom-made hydraulic hoses, and yes, service work for cars, trucks, and RVs. Whether it's auto repairs or just a battery or new tires, Owens Auto Repair has you covered. Owens Auto Repair, serving you for more than half a century. Located just down from Corbin High School on Cumberland Falls Highway in Corbin.
Are you looking for reliable electrical supplies? Look no further than Eubanks Electrical Supply. From light bulbs to circuit breakers, we've got everything you need to power up your projects. Our expert staff is ready to help you find the right tools and materials to complete your project. Whether you're a DIY enthusiast or a professional contractor, Eubanks Electrical Supply has you covered with top brands and friendly service. Stop by today in Corbin, Kentucky at 701 South Main Street or in Somerset, Kentucky at 1030 West Columbia Street and discover why Eubanks Electrical Supply has been the trusted name in electrical supply for over 60 years.
All right, back at Corbin High School, actually over at, not quite Corbin High School Field, Campbell Field. 10:55 still on the clock before second half. We're going to have a little bit of an extended second half. It is a Hall of Fame night, Red Mountain Varsity Club Hall of Fame night, as the inductees are being introduced right now. 22-7 your score here at the half. Coach, I tell you, you never want to see Corbin behind, but it could have been a lot worse than 22-7, but it also could have been a lot better. That game had a lot of plays that went against us, but we also had a lot of plays that were we moved the football. So I think you made a good point. We get the ball to start the second half. We know going in to the locker room that we can move the football. We're going to have to really cut down on the penalties and cut down on the turnovers. We had two fumbles in the first half. One of them almost went for 6. One of them did cost us 6.
In this thing, if it wasn't for the mistakes we've made, we jumped off sides. We had the biggest play I saw in the first half. I felt like really turned it around. We pick up almost a first down on first down here, and we get a holding penalty. And we had moved the ball pretty well to that point, and then they turn around and score after that. But it's been a first half of mistakes, holding penalties, jumped off sides on the extra point, 2 turnovers. You're not going to beat bad teams making that many mistakes. And to Johnson's credit, they were rock solid. They didn't make a lot of mistakes. They stayed disciplined with what they do, and it's working for them.
Yeah, the one turnover there, the first turnover is still a little bit. It's not completely clear to me that the swing pass to step out there on the wide receiver screen. He made the catch. Looked like his own player kind of stumbled into him, bumped him off stride just a little bit, and then there was a big pileup for the football. I really thought it was an incomplete pass. I thought he was kind of juggling the ball the whole time. But with that being said, the officials conferred for 45 seconds, a minute and a half, whatever it was, and eventually gave the ball back to Johnson Central. That's a pretty big call right there because that put 6 on the board for them right then. And we had a 8-yard gain, I guess you could say, turned into to giving up a touchdown.
I couldn't see it from my vantage point here, but what I did see was Cam caught the ball, looked like he took a couple of steps and then turned around. But so I thought it might be a fumble, but was it juggled or not? That's what I couldn't tell from here.
It looked like our own guy, the blocker. They had the wide receiver stacked out there on that, one behind the other, and it looked like the receiver that was blocked for him got pushed back into Cam, and that may have knocked the ball loose. But I don't think he had secured it and actually made a quote-unquote football play yet. Anyway, I'm not complaining with the officials, but I'm just saying every break that could have went against us pretty much did in the first half.
We didn't, but we made the mistakes, and again, I don't want to harp on that, but we got to clean that up. We got to clean that up no matter who we're playing. But when you play a disciplined team like Johnson Central that's going to chew the clock up, when you've got opportunities, you got to finish. And we've not been a good finishing football team. We've left points at the goal line a few times at different periodical points in the year. So in the second half, again, you made a good point. We can move the football some. We're not only able to throw it a little bit, we've missed a couple of receivers that were open, but Cole Stevens is starting to heat up a little bit now, and we're able to run it a little bit.
We used the middle of the field a couple of times too. We hit Stevens on a crossing route, missed Cam barely on a crossing route, then hit him right there towards the end of the half. And I think using the middle of the field a little bit more than we have earlier in the year. So hopefully we can come out and punch one in early and on this first drive and get right back in this thing. 2-score ball game right now, but certainly Corbin not out of it. Let's talk a little bit about the Red Hound Varsity Club 2025 Hall of Fame inductees. I'll just run through this list, Coach. You know most of these folks. Sarah Ashley, excellent girls basketball player, was a good softball player as well. But Sarah, cardiologist now, certainly very successful in her own right. But she played in back-to-back regional championship teams. Derek Barton, also great basketball player, played I think for Coach Hicks, and Mary Dixon, Charles Stradley, a young man you're very familiar with. Josh Smith, Trace Vorbeck, outstanding baseball player at Corbin. Coach Connie Ray Martin, coached at Corbin for a long time, coached track, coached girls basketball. Travis Freeman, of course, everybody knows Travis, the inspiration behind the movie 23 Blast, just a really, really fine young man. And then the 2012 boys soccer team.
Well, congratulations to all of the inductees. It's the varsity club does such a good job bringing folks back and recognizing them for their achievements. And another outstanding group this year, Terry Joe Martin and the club, they work tirelessly to make this a good weekend, and that's all the club. And I'm just happy for this night for the participants and a chance to honor these people that gave so much.
Well, again, this is just it's just such a nice thing, and you can see some of these folks that you haven't seen in such a long time. I forgot about how good a basketball player Derek Barton was. He could play, and he played for me in 8th grade basketball years ago, and he was a good player then as well. Josh Smith, a little bit of everything. He played every sport. Just a good all around player. Borbeck was one of the best baseball players I've seen at Corbin. I mean,
he could hit it.
He played at UK, so these are some really good folks. Sarah Ashley, of course, she did everything for that girls basketball team that went, and again, back-to-back regional winners. Charles Stradley went over Western, played too, didn't he?
He did.
Good football player.
Good high school player.
Mary Dixon, another good athlete as well, and Coach C. Ray Martin, Connie Ray's a great guy, and always right there to help with anything that needed to be done. Did a good job. His expertise was track, and also coached some girls basketball, and then the 2012 boys soccer team. Before this is all over with, Coach Simon's going to have a lot of his teams in there. He did a lot of good things with that soccer program and a lot of really good teams.
Well, the thing that sticks out to me with all these inductees, it's a very diverse. It's not just football and basketball here.
Absolutely. Well, we've got about 150 kids down there in the kid field. Looks like tonight. That's another
maximum.
Another
That's
good
maximum
crowd
capacity.
Yeah, and about it looks like about 8 different games going on.
I'd really like to know the black eye count the next day.
Yeah,
I bet it's several because they get with it.
They do. Well, there's some kids playing horizontally, some playing vertically, and they're going all different ways. But it's a nice addition. Hey, listen, here's the thing: they were going to play down there regardless, whether it was mud or whether it was turf. They played there for decades.
So. Yeah, it wasn't about the turf. They were coming anyway, weren't they? That's a great point.
Yeah, that did not start when the turf started. Absolutely not. We're still about 3.5 minutes on the clock away from starting the second half. They'll put some more time back on there for sure, and a bit of an extended halftime. I'd like to thank our sponsors. Well, we got just a minute here. Sammy's Furniture, Tri-County Cycle Sales, Smoky Bear Barbecue. I think you frequented that place today, didn't you, Coach?
Well, wasn't there, but had some brought in. It was very good.
Hometown Bank, Owens Auto, Pepsi-Cola, Corbin, and Eubanks. I had reason to go out to Sammy's Furniture a couple times this week and bought some furniture out there from those guys. Certainly appreciate Mark, Isaac, and all the folks out there that helped me through that deal. But certainly big selection out there. I hadn't been to Sammy's in a while, but all good sponsors, and you hear their name repeatedly because anything that has to do with Corbin Sports, Corbin Kids, those same folks are always stepping up, and we certainly appreciate them completely.
Couldn't do what we do without those people, and I've said this numerous times this year. Corbin is very unique in the way they'll spend money on kids' athletics and things that are about kids, and I'm just very proud to be from here.
Yeah, Eubanks Electrical's off. I don't know if I left Eubanks off or not there at the end, but they're into a lot of things here at Corbin. I know that the games are being streamed now, and you can stream those on T1073 website and find that on there. And I know Derek Eubanks and that crew does a great job of getting these games on the air, and a lot of folks from a lot of places a long way from here, but they get to watch their relatives play, and that's certainly a good thing.
Yeah, we got Derek sitting right here behind us, and not only do they stream, if we have any difficulties, we got our main man here to straighten all those out, and that's a breath of fresh air because I don't think you and I could check a battery.
See, I think that had something to do with bringing us back. Mr. Eubanks said, "Yeah, I'm okay with that, but as long as Derek's pretty close by."
We got to have a technical guy, right?
Yeah, that's right. Minute and a half on the clock, and they're just now finishing up. Look like a group picture out there with all the inductees. So we're going to take a timeout, then we'll be back. Stick around. You're listening to Red Out Football on T107.
Are you looking for reliable electrical supplies? Look no further than Eubanks Electrical Supply. From light bulbs to circuit breakers, we've got everything you need to power up your projects. Our expert staff is ready to help you find the right tools and materials to complete your project. Whether you're a DIY enthusiast or a professional contractor, Eubanks Electrical Supply has you covered with top brands and friendly service. Stop by today in Corbin, Kentucky at 701 South Main Street or in Somerset, Kentucky at 1030 West Columbia Street and discover why Eubanks Electrical Supply has been the trusted name in electrical supply for over 60 years.
Need auto repairs? Then you need Owens Auto Repair. Owens offers a wide variety of parts and services. You'll find all the top name brand batteries and tires to a full line of truck and auto parts. Utility beds, Sherwin-Williams auto paint, weather guard toolboxes, custom-made hydraulic hoses, and yes, service work for cars, trucks, and RVs. Whether it's auto repairs or just a battery or new tires, Owens Auto Repair has you covered. Owens Auto Repair, serving you for more than half a century. Located just down from Corbin High School on Cumberland Falls Highway in Corbin.
One sip of tropical lime-flavored Mountain Dew Baja Blast will turn this into this. Your barbecue into a cabana. And your backyard into an island oasis. With a blast of tropical lime flavor, you can bring the beach vibes with you everywhere. Grab some friends and ice-cold Mountain Dew Baja Blast today. Do the do.
Ever heard the phrase big enough to serve you, small enough to know you? It's true at Hometown Bank. From the easy-to-use mobile app to online banking and even bill pay, Hometown Bank has everything you need to make banking easier. Whether you need to make a mobile deposit or would rather stop in and see a friendly, smiling face in person, Hometown Bank is here and ready to help. Stop in and find out how easy working with a Hometown Bank can be. Visit the Hometown Bank nearest you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hey folks, this is Sammy here at Sammy's Furniture and Mattress, and we want you to know when you're shopping at Sammy's, you're entering a tariff-free zone. That's right, folks. 95% of the furniture sold at Sammy's Furniture and Mattress is made right here in the good old US of A. And guess what, folks? That's all 65 of our mattresses, too. Come see us today for the best quality, the best price, the best American-made furniture that you can find anywhere. That's Sammy's Furniture and Mattress, open 7 days a week from 10 to 6, on Sundays from 12 to 5. We've got 12 months same as cash financing if you need it, and folks, we deliver. Because when you shop local, you're also shopping American when you shop right here at Sammy's Furniture.
Ready to start the fun? Honda CRF Trail Bike lineup is built for riders of all ages and sizes. Start small with the beginner-friendly CRF 50F, step up to the electric start 110F, or go bigger with the CRF 125F, available in standard and big wheel versions. They're rugged, reliable, and built for off-road fun. Visit Tri-County Cycle Sales, 8775 US Highway 25 in Corbin, Kentucky today, and get the whole family riding with Honda CRF trail bikes. For your safety, read the owner's manual and always wear a helmet and eye protection. Honda off-road bikes are recommended for riders of appropriate age and skill level.
Dispatch. I will be stopping a high-speed reckless driver en route from Smoky Bear's barbecue to the Big Corbin ball game.
Officer, proceed with caution. Smoky Bears is serving up some of the best food in town. They have house-made sauces, rubs, fall-off-the-bone ribs, catfish, and ridiculous salads.
You weren't kidding. This place has folks lined up out the door. Send every unit you can before Smoky Bears runs out of food.
Attention all units requesting backup at Smoky Bears Barbecue and Catering on American Greeting Card Road.
Enjoy Smoky Bears Barbecue 7 days a week for lunch, dinner, and all your catering needs. Dine in, carry out, order online, and DoorDash.
Back at Campbell Field, they've reset the clock to 12 minutes. Hounds trail 22-7. Red Hounds set to get the football to start the second half of play.
Well, we need this, and we need to have a mistake-free drive and put one in the end zone. We really, at the end of the half, Johnson Central was gasping for air. They were a little tired. They made the trip over here, and they're big, and our quickness was starting to affect them. But, again, clean it up. Let's have a better second half.
Mason Bentley set to kick it off. He's got it teed up at the 40. Approaches, kick on the way, puts the foot to it, and it's a high end over end kick going to be fielded by Person at the 5-yard line. Starts back to his left across the far side of the field, makes a cut up the center, runs into his own man, still on his feet, works out around the right side. He's got some space to go. He's at the 40, at the 45, pulled down from behind, and a good run back by Trey Person that time. He caught the ball on the right corner, reversed, headed to the left side of the field, reversed, and came all the way back to the 45. He probably ran 100 yards, but picked up 45.
Our speed's affecting them a little bit because what he did when he reversed field, he just outran everybody, and they had an angle on him, or he scores.
They're going to place him down at the 44-yard line, 1st and 10 for Corbin. Big series, I think, here for the Red Hounds psychologically. They need to get one in the end zone, trailing 22-7. Hounds had, I think, maybe to shorten up our passes a bit and just get the ball out in open space to some of our guys. Britton wide to the left side, then trips to the left here for, it was like E-step, Thomas, and can't pick up the old maybe Stevens. Quarterback run right. He's going to be hit and dropped, and then there's a flag comes down, and we got a hold on Corbin, I believe, to start things off. We'll be 10 yards behind the sticks, I believe.
Yeah, and what's unfortunate about that hold we did is it had nothing to do with the play.
No. That was in front of everybody in the stadium saw that one.
Yeah, I mean, it was a hold. We did it.
Yeah, well.
What a terrible start for us.
It's tough to play from behind the sticks, and it is really against when yards are so hard to come by. 22-7, Corbin trailing, 11:42 to go in the third quarter, just underway, second half of late. Dave Cox and Burley Foley with you. First down and 20 now for the Hounds. Salmon's back to pass, sets up, fires on the left sideline, throws it up for grabs. It's out of bounds. That one uncatchable. We'll bring up second down and 20. Those are the passes. We hit a couple of those in the half, and quite frankly, have went to it quite a bit. I really thought we were pretty effective with the crossing routes in the middle, and we ran a screen one time, a wide receiver screen that we did fumble on, but we picked up good yardage. Maybe the shorter stuff.
Well, there was a little confusion on the route because we ended up with both receivers running side by side. That inside receiver should have went to the middle of the field and took the defensive back away from our receiver out here.
Sammons takes it, looks to throw again, sets up, fires across the middle. There's in and out of the hands, hit Britton right in the gut, and pop free. That was one of those crossing routes, Coach, and he was open.
He was dead open.
And a nice throw that time by Sammons.
Mason put it right on him.
But that's the kind of pattern that we've got to. I think we can spread the field a little bit and maybe utilize these guys in open space. But we're going to have to catch them. It's 3rd down and 20 now for the Hounds.
Wasn't a start we needed. We needed. Started with a penalty and then a drop pass.
Yeah, this thing will get away from you in a hurry here because they're not going to make those mistakes. This is a veteran football team who plays with a lot of confidence. Sammons back to throw again. Chased out the pocket, throws up the left side. Catch is made there by Thomas as he came back to the football. It's going to be short of the first down by about 5 yards. I don't know. I'm sure Corbin's thinking about going for it here.
I think they'll go just based on what we've seen.
When you give it back to them, they may not get it back for 9 minutes. You know,
exactly.
They tend to hog the ball just a touch. Excuse me here.
They're going to do the same thing, whether they get it at the 1 yard line on this end or the 1 yard line on that end.
Corbin will be going for it here on 4th down and 7. Not a great spot that time. I thought Thomas reached the football out to much closer to the 50-yard line than he was spotted. Stevens in the backfield with Sammons. Here comes the blitz. Mason fires along down the left side. He's got a man out there. It's going to be caught. Going to be caught at the 30-yard line. Is that Britton? He came back and caught the football.
No,
made it
Eastep.
12, not 13. That ball was thrown up for grabs on the blitz, and Eastep reading the football. The defensive back had his back to the quarterback. Did not see the pass, and a good job by Eastep coming back making the catch.
These guys can't cover us. They cannot cover us if we'll stay ahead of the chains.
We got to catch the ball when we get a chance. We got to hold on to it. Here's a handoff up the right side. Stevens running hard inside the 30 down to about the 29-yard line. Gain of 3 on first down for the Red Hounds. Big drive here. Hounds punch one in here. We're back to a ball game.
No! I thought the officials were discussing penalty, but just maybe a button on his chin strap.
2nd down and 7 from the 29. Same set for Corbin. Sam is going to keep it himself. Sidesteps attack with line of scrimmage. Short gainer of about 2. That one has not worked well tonight.
No.
There's just not much space in there. They got some big old guys in there. And
we can't push them out. But what we can do is if we can get time, we can work these secondary people for them.
Well, and their linebackers are so crowded up in there, and I'm sure they'll make adjustments.
Shallow, very shallow. Good point.
Yeah. So it's 3rd down and 5 for Corbin. Clearly in 4-down territory. You're trailing 22-7, you would think. Sammons takes the snap out of the gun, fakes the draw, rolls to his right. He may keep it now. The ball fakes, still on his feet, throws it down to the 5-yard line. Caught. Akins again coming back to make a nice catch and a nice toss that time from Sammons. Takes it all the way down to the 5-yard line.
That was a good play
10,
by both Sammons and Akins. Akins did a good job. When he realized Mason was in trouble, he came back to the ball. We don't have another penalty, do we?
Yeah, I think so. There's a penalty, and everybody's walking backwards.
Hold.
I don't know, but these pink flags are throwing me off here. That one was blocked out by the sideline of Johnson Central. But I don't – has Johnson Central had a penalty?
I don't recall one.
This is a killer. We're 1st and goal at the 10 and at the 6-yard line rather, and now we're back 3rd and 11 at the 31, 33.
I didn't get the call. Did you see what the call was?
I haven't seen anything yet. No, I haven't seen anything yet. That was I have no idea. I didn't even see who threw it. It was up the field, so maybe I really don't know. Mason was rolling to his right, so maybe somebody was holding a rusher. I don't know. 3rd and long. Sammons back, and I think we jumped. We did. Another penalty on Corbin's going to cost us 5 more yards. But again, I can't complain to the referees because I did not see that call a moment ago, but that time was clear we jumped.
So we went from first and goal to third and
16 from the 39. First and goal from the 6 to third and 16 to the 39. And without running a play. It's just you know. But again, we moved the football. We've been able to. You said it. That they're having a hard time guarding us, and we continue to shoot ourselves in the foot. Sammons takes a snap, looks to throw, ball fakes, fires line down the sideline, and give him a go. Thomas makes the catch all the way down to the 5-yard line. He pushed off, and there's not a penalty called that time. That was a clear.
We got a break.
Hey, let's call it like it is. That was a blatant offensive pass interference, but he did a good job. He pushed the kid off at the 10-yard line, made the catch at the 5, first and goal for Corbin, no flag.
We definitely had offensive interference. It was good play, heads-up play by Thomas because he was covered.
What are they going to do, back us up 15 more?
We're pretty used to going backwards in this game.
First and goal now for Corbin. Now they got it back first and goal from the 6. Got to punch one in here. Good toss that time by Sammons. They leave it off with Stevens trying to make the corner, lowers his head, dives down near the goal line. He may have gotten in. He's going to be marked just shy. It looks like about the half-yard line. Good cut that time by Cole. We've got an injured Johnson Central player down there, and he's not moving. That was a vicious collision down there between he and Stevens is limping too, going back towards the sideline. But this kid's not moving.
I hope
Johnson
he's okay.
Central,
First of all, the injured kid, because that was a horrific collision. We've been successful tonight just outside the tackle on the left side. We've had a few runs where we've been able to get on them and wash them down. And then Cole's quick enough that he can get some yardage.
He delivers a blow too. Let me tell you.
Oh, he's tough little kid.
He finished that run right there, and not because this kid's hurt. I don't mean to say that, but he finishes every run. But this kid he went down and he was motionless, and they're still working on him. He's still on his back. You certainly hope that young man's okay.
Yeah, I hope so. I see him moving around just a little bit now. I mean, that was violent.
I would send it for a break, but as soon as I do, they'll get up and jog off the field, hopefully. But they're bringing some Corbin folks over there to take a look as well.
Yeah, I think they're.
Let's take a 30-second break here, and we'll step away for just a moment. 7:47 to go here in the third quarter. Play 22-7. The Corbin's got his second down and 1 from the 1-yard line. We'll be right back.
Need auto repairs? Then you need Owens Auto Repair. Owens offers a wide variety of parts and services. You'll find all the top name brand batteries and tires to a full line of truck and auto parts. Utility beds, Sherman-Williams auto paint, weather guard toolboxes, custom-made hydraulic hoses, and yes, service work for cars, trucks, and RVs. Whether it's auto repairs or just a battery or new tires, Owens Auto Repair has you covered. Owens Auto Repair, serving you for more than half a century. Located just down from Corbin High School on Cumberland Falls Highway in Corbin.
One sip of tropical lime-flavored Mountain Dew Baja Blast will turn this into this. Your barbecue into a cabana. And your backyard into an island oasis. With a blast of tropical lime flavor, you can bring the beach vibes with you everywhere. Grab some friends and ice-cold Mountain Dew Baja Blast today. Do the Dew.
All right, back to action. The young man from Johnson Central did lead the field under his own power, which is a good thing, and Corbin's got the second down to go from the 1-yard line. Quarterback sneak. Sammons lowers his head, dives forward. Did he get into the end zone? A lot of activity around the football down there now, but no signal from the officials. Well, they unpile him and he's in the end zone, but these guys have done this all night long. On the fumble in there, it took them 1:45 seconds to decide who had the ball. Now
he's in the end zone.
Corbin right back line of scrimmage. Looks like they're going to do the same thing again. They're lining up. Somebody right behind it. Sammons. Let's see if they push it in. Yes, they do. Sammons takes it off the right side. He's in finally. Touchdown. Corbin scores.
And the cannon.
We're back. We're back in this thing. 22-13.
Offensively, we can move the ball on them without question.
Do you go for 2 here and try to cut this thing back to 7?
I think you do.
It's at 9 right now. You can make it a 1-score game with an extra point with a kick. I think that's what they're going to do. They're going to kick it here. What
I meant to say is exactly what to do: kick it here and make it a 1-score game.
Right. You could make it a 7-point game if you went for 2 and got it here. Corbin down by 9, but trying to cut that thing to 8. Thus far, Witherington, I think, perfect on the year on extra points.
He is.
Don't mean to jinx him. Low snap fielded well by Sam. He did a great job on that snap, and the kick is up and through. Corbin cuts the lead back to 8, 22-14, 7:09 to go in the third. We'll break and take a short timeout and be back to Campbell Field momentarily. Stick around. You're listening to Red Hound Football on T107.
Built to win, born from championship DNA, Honda's 2026 CRF competition lineup is here and engineered to lead. That includes the race-proven CRF 250R and 450R, factory-tuned RWE models, and the Enduro-ready RXs. Whether you're chasing whole shots or single tracks, there's a Honda CRF made to dominate. Visit Tri-County Cycle Sales, 8775 US Highway 25 in Corbin, Kentucky today, and ride red on a Honda built to win. For your safety, read the owner's manual and always wear a helmet and eye protection. Honda motorcycles are for riders 16 years and older.
Back at Campbell Field, 22-14, 7:09 to go in the third quarter play. Hounds set to kick it back to Johnson Central. Good opening drive there, Coach, of the second half for Corbin.
Yeah, we've seen Johnson Central. They're starting to get tired. Our speed is starting to affect them. If we can just clean a few things up, we've got a chance to win this football game.
High end over and kick. That's a short one. Going to be fielded there and bumped out of bounds at the 34-yard line. Was Music, I believe. But,
I don't know that their return game would be that dangerous. Do you?
I think he just missed it.
You think he did?
Yeah.
Well, he could have.
I've seen the chili dip before. That looks a little bit of a chili dip. I see a lot of those on the golf course, unfortunately. But that one, I think he may just got under it. But
he's deadly on extra points.
Yeah. First and 10 from the 33. Neither team's really upset by that to start this drive off. 7:07 to go in the third. Here we go. Handoff straight up to Gut. Look like Music again off the right side. They've got two young men who run the football for them named Music. I would assume they're brothers, but their leading ball carrier is Perry. He's 22. 28 was a kid that got hurt a few minutes ago, and he's back in the game now. That's good to see. Gain of 3, second down and 7.
Caden Freeman on the stop for Corbin. Also Josh Goins. Josh Goins pretty active down inside.
I'm going to tell you, Eli Petrosi's been active.
He's had a good game.
He's had a couple good games in a row. He really has. Handoff straight up to get this time hit and dropped immediately. Boy, I tell you what, I'm going to pick that kid's number up. He got in behind the play. That's Eli. Again, circled around behind and pulled that kid down from the rears. Third down and 7 now for Johnson Central.
Eli, I think what he's figuring out, also Mahan in on that stop, but what Eli I think's figuring out here later in the season, not late, is he's such a good athlete that he don't have to take all that abuse, and he can get right back because he's a big kid, but he's so quick. He's got great feet for a defensive lineman, and that time he ran around and made the play.
He took a shortcut that time. 3rd and 7, big play here. This is a punting situation. Certainly you would think if they can hold him down, pitch out left side, cut up, and there's a tackle by the jersey. And see, they're wanting the horse collar.
That wasn't.
That was not a horse collar. He had a hold of the jersey. That's big Max Farmer, I think, had a hold of that jersey, wasn't it?
Yeah, it might have been, or I'm not so sure it wasn't Eli again.
It might have been Eli. It looked funny because if they'd had tearaway jerseys, that kid was going to go for a long distance. But it had a hold of the jersey.
Either way, Farmer or Eli, whoever got the tackle, that's a good stop for Corbin. We get the ball. We're in this game, Doc.
Well, Burley, it was Eli's side. So, but I saw Farmer celebrating there, so I thought it might have been him. But at any rate, we're set to kick it away. You got to be careful here. Sloan, the quarterback, is the punter. Back deep as E-step. Build this thing and keep good field position. Fair catch. E-step's going to make the catch. And does at about the 28-yard line. So Corbin flips the script here. They get a hold on the first series for Johnson Central. And I see some excitement of the defense leaving the field, Coach. They're a little jacked up here.
I'm a little jacked up because I think we can take this thing right down the field, but we can't start 1st and 15 or 1st and 20. Take what we can get, and if we have to, punt it back to them.
And we got to hold on to the football and catch the ball. It's fundamentals, right? It seems like it always comes back to fundamentals.
It's pretty much is.
I am impressed with the grit right here because we could have folded the tents 2 or 3 times and we've not yet. So let's see what happens. Still a lot of football left, just 5 minutes to go in the third. Here's the handoff up the left side, and this is Stevens. They pretty much do the same thing to him. They grabbed him by his jersey that time. He got out over the 25 to about the 27 with his forward progress.
Yeah, Cole's a hard runner, but that big monster just grabbed hold of him with one hand and took him to the ground.
Yeah, Corbin picking up the pace. I think that Coach Salmon senses that they're beginning to get a little winded. They got a couple kids down on a knee right now. Johnson Central doesn't. We're right back at the line of scrimmage. Gain of a yard. Salmon's working out the shotgun. Has been back there most of the night. Looks to throw. Ball fakes. Looks again. Fires across the middle. He's got a man. He's at the window wide open. He's at the 50. He's at the 40. That's E-step. One man to beat. He's going to be drugged down from behind at the 30-yard line. Oh, excuse me. That's Britton. I'll take that back. 13, not 12. A great catch that time by Lucas Britton. Showed a nice burst of speed. And he's all the way down to the 30-yard line of Johnson Central.
We had E-step on the outside, and Mason did a good job pumping it to him. And when he did, the receiver came off of Britton, and Britton had the whole middle of the field to himself.
Coach, we got to use the middle of the field.
Well, we are right now.
And we have thus far. But this is their linebacker just cannot keep up with our receivers in the middle of the field. Salmon's calming things down a bit, takes a snap, looks to throw, ball fakes, throws for the end zone's got a man out there. Caught, touchdown, Corbin, that's Akins. Touchdown, Redhounds.
What a play.
What a throw.
Catch. What a throw and catch.
Oh, my gosh. Akins, his second touchdown of the game, the second big play of the game, I should say.
That was an up and out. He ran out and then up, and he just was one-on-one. Johnson Central's tired.
They are tired. They're very tired, and Corbin just getting a second wind. It looks like, momentum is a funny thing. It's unusual dynamic how much more rested you are when things start to go your way. We're going to go for one here, down by 2 with 3:51 to go. Witherington on to 10th the extra point. I thought we might go for 2 here, Coach.
And we're going to have to take a timeout because we're a man short. We're a man short, guys.
Well, we got 10 seconds to go. Here he comes on. Might be a good time to – well, you're going to need that time. He got on time, plenty of time. Snaps a good one. Kick on the way. It is low knuckleball, but it's good. That one squirted through. So Corbin has cut the lead to 1. Let's keep it right here, Coach. Talk about that strategy a little bit. We're allowed to coach a little bit up here every now and then. Would you have went for 2 right there?
I think I would have, yeah, especially with the momentum. But I think Coach Salmons is thinking on it is there's going to be more scoring in this game.
Oh, yeah.
But personally, I would have went for 2. But the difference in that drive, David, we just had 1 penalty.
Yeah.
And we were able to play in 2nd and 7 and 2nd and 8 and 3rd and 4, if we can continue to do that, we're going to wear them down with our speed.
Well, we miss a lot of things, try to analyze these games. We said early on it's going to be a running attack from Johnson Central, which is true. That was going to be speed on our end. This is one that I think everybody kind of knew coming in that if we can get in the open field, we can cause some damage. But I'm going to tell you what, I did not know that the difference in speed was going to make that much difference. We've had some big plays that we missed, that we could actually be up a couple touchdowns.
Well, as distinctive as the speed was last week between Frederick Douglass and us, they were just faster at most positions. I see the same difference in tonight's game than we are faster than Johnson Central.
Well, and our defense has stepped up a little bit too. Witherington's kick is going to be taken on the run at the 3-yard line, straight up the gut, makes a break, hit, and drug down over the 31-yard line is Music, the return man, and good coverage by the Corbin defense and our kick coverage team, I should say, and we'll see if the defense can step up one more time.
We've made a good adjustment, I think, at halftime. What we're doing, you got to shrink the field against this belly. You can't allow it to get wide, so we've walked the corner up, and we're trying to, again, turn it back into where our 2 big Division I players are in Malachi Brown and Eli Petrosky, and it's worked so far.
3:45 to go in the third, 22-21. Corbin stormed back into this football game. Handoff second back. There's going to be a hit drop, loss on the play of about 3. Boy, Corbin just collapsed that play from the get-go. They fake to the big fullback, and they hand it off to 22. That's Perry, their leading ball carrier, and he is going to be hit for a loss of 2 or 3 on the play.
Again, Petrosky, he's having the best game I've ever seen him play. He's having a night.
They can't block him right now. And Blaylock in on that play, too, because I like 52 also. He and Tony or Eli on that side of the field, pretty strong.
We're just quicker. And if you'll remember, in the first half, we were getting so far upfield, we couldn't make that adjustment. Now we're staying down in there just a little bit better.
Maybe we're not over pursuing because we're a little tired.
Right.
Second down and 12. Sloan moves up under center, 3 back setting behind him, no wideouts, 2 tight ends. Sloan's going to try to throw one, fires it down the middle of the field, turn around, and that pass is going to be incomplete. Running with him out there was Thomas. Thomas could have picked that off. He just turned around. It was not a very well thrown ball.
The best defense we could have is if they try to throw it.
Now, that's his 9th pass of the year. Or, I'm sorry, 12th pass of the year. He's 8 out of 12 now.
Yeah, he threw that one just a little short. Again, if Thomas gets his head around just a little quicker, you would think on our sideline over there they're hollering, turn around.
But that's a good play. That's a good play call though by Johnson.
Oh, I think it's an excellent call.
Now, 3rd and 12 right here. Corbin needs to get the stop right here and get the football back, and we can flip the script a little bit on field position. Got to wrap up right here. 28 is going to get the football. Or, excuse me, 22. Perry, that's the kid I think they're going to give it to. No, they fake it out to give it to 28 on the counter. He's engulfed. He is smothered at the 25-yard line. Corbin's going to get it back on the punt here, and boy, that fooled nobody. I hate to say this, Coach, and certainly you don't want to count your chickens before they hatch, but Johnson Central looks like they're running in sand right now. They look they don't look nearly as quick as they did.
We just look so much quicker, and I mean we got after them. That's the best defensive effort I've seen this year.
Well, there's 4 kids there, and you can't even pick the name of it. Johnson just looks like they're tired right now. And
yeah, Malachi Zachary was one of the players, and he shook up on this. And again, Petrosky in on the stop, and they've also Chris Goins he's hard to handle.
Well, I'd like to see
Josh Goins.
I'd like to see
not Chris.
I'd like to see Cam catch. I know Chris catch one on the fly right here. We've got movement on the offensive line. I think they're going to push. This one's going to go against Johnson Central. Maybe a penalty on Johnson Central the first time tonight, maybe. Nope, it's going to be against Corbin. 4th and 14 turns into 4th and 9. I don't think that's going to change the play call any. They're probably still going to punt it away. But
well, what's upsetting about that offsides call? We shouldn't even be rushing.
We're not trying to block it. Yeah, we're setting up for a return.
We're setting
here.
up a return, so why even rush?
Yeah, this kid Slunky is a pretty good kicker too. He's going to get it deep. Cam may be about 5 yards deep there. He's standing about his 25. I don't know if he can get the ball to him or not. We'll see. Steps into it, and he does not. It's going to hit at the 30. Cam gets away from it, lets it bounce. It's going to take a sideways bounce. Benefits nobody and goes. It's going to be touchdown to about the 28-yard line. I think maybe we need to scoot up just a touch on these punts.
Yeah, I think we can get up about 10 yards and probably field them.
I love when Cam catches one of those on the run with a head of steam.
That's when he's best.
He's a hard cat.
When he can get a head full of steam because he's got such good feet, he can cut full speed.
Yeah.
So if you're coming directly at him and he's coming at you, he's going to win that battle every time.
Britton and he split wide to the left side. Akins and Thomas. Well, that's 4 pretty good receivers right there. And Salmon's working out of the gun. Ball fakes, drops the football, picks it up. It's going to fight back to near the line of scrimmage. But I tell you, he reared back to throw it and dropped the football.
Yeah.
Picked it back up, and it's going to be a loss on the play of about 3 yards, actually.
I'm looking forward to us having a positive first down play.
Yeah, we've battled all night long. Minute 28 to go into third, but played behind the sticks, as we said. 22-21, Johnson Central on top. The difference was they went for 2 on one of their touchdowns, and after a Corbin penalty, and picked up the 2-point conversion. He stepped across the middle, makes the catch. Nice throw that time out to the 30-yard line. It's going to be a gain of about 7, so they got half of it back right there. Again, Corbin starting to pepper that center of the field.
That's just a slant by Cam, and he's against this team, he's going to win that battle.
He's one tackle from taking it a long way. The kid played good defense. He actually conceded the catch, and let him catch it. Then made a solid tackle.
He made a good decision because if he doesn't do that, Cam's liable to slip that tackle and take it all the way because he had no more help in the middle.
3rd down and 7 here. Big play here for both teams. 40 seconds to go. Clock winding down. Up to the left side, throw and catch made back there by Thomas. What a catch on first down! I thought that they were going to sack Sam as he's rolling out to the right, fires it out to Thomas, and he had to come back to meet the football, and just really Salmon just threw that one up to get rid of it.
He threw that like a shortstop would if he was off balance, just sidearm and falling away to his right. This Thomas kid, you keep an eye on him.
He's pretty savvy.
He's going to be a good player before he leaves here.
Well, that's a big first down. I got watching the play there. I just thought for sure he was going to throw it away. Wide outs to both sides. 2 wide outs to both sides, I should say. Salmons looks to throw it and was going to hand it off, and I think Corbin may have moved early again. Another. There you go, Coach. You're going to have to wait a few minutes on that positive first down play. I think that's a 5-yarder against Corbin again.
you're playing on a longer field when you make this many mistakes. If they're playing on if you get penalized 100 yards, that's a 100-yard field longer that you're playing on than they are.
No, they put the ball back down where it was at. They call a sideline warning?
Don't know.
Well, they didn't move Corbin back in. He's still first and 10.
It looks like it was because I see Coach Hanna getting after him over there.
Yeah, it's a sideline warning. So I've never seen a sideline warning before or as the play was beginning. Salmon's back to pass. Ball fakes, fires long down the left side. He's got Thomas out there. It's a fight for the ball. Incomplete. Overthrows Thomas. And I thought I saw a flag come down, but I did not. So it'll be second down and 10.
I think both kids just juggling for the ball. I thought it was a good, clean call.
I thought the flag, but I'm sorry, I thought the flag was thrown on the quarterback. Salmon's got rung up pretty good when they let it go. But they did not call it. But that will bring to a close the third quarter of play. 22-21. We've got a good one going here from Campbell Field. Stick around. We'll be right back. Red Hams trail by 1, but they have the football.
Hey folks, this is Sammy here at Sammy's Furniture and Mattress, and we want you to know when you're shopping at Sammy's, you're entering a tariff-free zone. That's right, folks. 95% of the furniture sold at Sammy's Furniture and Mattress is made right here in the good old U.S. of A. And guess what, folks? That's all 65 of our mattresses, too. Come see us today for the best quality, the best price, the best American-made furniture that you can find anywhere. That's Sammy's Furniture and Mattress, open 7 days a week from 10 to 6, on Sundays from 12 to 5. We've got 12 months same as cash financing if you need it, and folks, we deliver. Because when you shop local, you're also shopping American when you shop right here at Sammy's Furniture.
22-21. Corbin trailing Johnson Central here. 12 minutes to go here in the football game. Coach, getting ready to start the fourth quarter. I like what I've seen from the grit here from Corbin. They had a couple chances to fold the tent. They've been their own worst enemy at times, but they've continued to fight.
Although we've put up 2 scores here to get back within 1, I think the story of the second half has been our defense playing much more aggressive. Our front four they're a lot more active, and the last series when we stuffed them on the third down was as good a defense as I've seen us play this year.
I can tell you, though, and you know this as well as I do, you're one missed tackle from one of these guys busting it because they run hard.
Yeah.
They got the 2 music kids, and then, of course, Perry, the leading rusher from them, all 3 very, very good backs. So, again, another testament to Corbin. I would love to see, the rushing totals in between the first half and the second half thus far.
Well, I don't think it's close.
But again, the problem for Johnson Central, most of their offense is playing defense too. they've not had a lot of change. I'm looking up and down their sidelines. A lot of white shirts here on the sidelines. So Sammons takes the snap, and we've got movement again on the offensive line. They got back to action a little quicker than I thought they were going to. Was there a penalty on Corbin? No, it's going to be on Johnson Central this time. And that flag was dropped by the official on the Johnson Central sideline, so kudos to him.
Well, they can't complain about the officiating. Johnson Central fans can, I don't think. But I'm going to give them a little credit for that, too. They don't make a lot of mistakes.
They don't. And so second down and 5 now for Corbin. So Sammons takes it, leaves it off with Stevens. He's going to actually keep it himself, breaks a tackle, still on his feet, and they finally throw him down over inside the Corbin bench. Maybe a late hit, but I don't think they're going to call it. But Sammons rode that one about as long as he could, pulled it back from Stevens, and we got a Red Hound player down at the 45 there.
Looks like it's just cramps.
But that's going to be enough to – well, it's not going to move the chain. It's going to bring up third down and really close. They may even have to measure one. Yeah, that's Max Farmer, I believe.
Max, a senior, offensive tackle, defensive tackle. First down for the Red Hounds, too. They moved the chains.
They did move the chains. Luke had a lot of good things to say about Max last week on the show. I was talking about him, how they've asked him to do a lot. He's a really bright kid. See, learned moving from one side to the other. People say, well, lineman's a lineman. It's not. You know that better than I do. But he's learned all the calls, and he's really done a good job. They're going to clear the field here as Max went down, and looks like it's a cramp they're working on. Yeah, they got his leg stretched out there. So a mini timeout here. We'll just hold on to it. 11:51 to go in the ball game. 22-21. Johnson Central on top. Corbin with the football. First down and 10, working from the 43-yard line of Johnson Central.
I don't know if I know you've coached a lot in your career in basketball, baseball. If you've ever seen a kid cramp and you've seen the knots come in their legs, I mean, it looks horrible and it hurts. I mean, it hurts really bad. You feel like your leg's going to fall off, and it looks like a little egg in the bottom of your calf.
I get a lot of leg cramps personally, and so we keep a ready supply of bananas and electrolyte water, all that kind of stuff, because I do. So it is. And people say, well, he'll shake that off. Sometimes you don't. Sometimes there ain't no shaking it off. You just gotta. You're at the mercy of it stopping somehow.
You get Max over and get some water in him.
All right, we're ready to go here. Salmon's back at the line. The Red Hound's back at the line. Salmon's in a shotgun, looking to throw. Here comes the rush. Dumps it off underneath. Got a man out there. It's going to be caught out there. Up the right sideline goes Stevens. Lowers his head. Big collision at the 20-yard line. First down and 10 for Corbin. And a great read and a great play. That's another flag on the play.
Oh, no.
I saw E-step. This is thrown by the play ran to the right side all the way down the Corbin sideline, and the official in front of the Johnson Central sideline threw the flag. So
that's the statistic I'd like to see is what are the penalties on us, and we've made a lot of them versus the penalties on them.
I saw no action down here. And again, I hate to complain here, but I saw no action on this side of the field. What are they calling? This coach made that call. He got them a minute ago on the offsides, and then they've been in his ear ever since. Jeez.
I think they're pointing toward Johnson Central now.
I don't know. I shouldn't say that, but they're not going to put it down at the 20 where we got it to. I can tell you that.
No.
They're absolutely not going to do that. That was a beautiful play by Sammons, and that's backyard football right there. As Sammons rolled to the right,
ineligible receiver.
Well,
that's why this guy made the call.
And it could be that's the only thing it could have been. But boy, that's an inopportune time for that to happen. Still a first down, he said. How's this still a first down?
Unless they had an offsetter, they may have had some kind of penalty too.
Okay, well, it's 1st and 10. The ball's back where it was at. So I don't.
Well, they replay the play if it was offsetting.
Sure, but I only saw the one flag. Did you see another flag?
No, I did not. But for them not to move the football, it had to be offsetting.
It had to be. You're exactly right. But that's a beautiful play by Sammons and Eastep.
They're on the same page.
Yeah, backyard football, yeah. Sammons back to throw again. Sets up, fires long down the left sideline. Got a receiver right there. It's going to be caught all the way down to the 1-yard line. What a catch out there. That's Stevens on a wheel route. Makes the grab all the way down to the 1-yard line. What a perfect throw that time.
That was dead on the money, and Cole did a good job. He got even with him, and when he got even, the old story, if you're even, you're leaving. You're even. And Mason put it right on him.
Boy, I tell you right here, that was a huge play that time. Hounds on the verge here of maybe taking the lead if we can convert from first and go from – ball looks like it's resting inside the 1.
We got to finish. This is where we've had a little bit of an issue this year, is not finishing on the goal line. So
the last time we were down here, we ran 3 quarterback runs and finally got Mason into the end zone.
I think you'll see more of the same.
He's a pretty squirrely little guy. He's hard to tackle, get a clean shot on, so he can get through the smallest crevice that are lined up in there. Again, he's going to take the right side, spins free of a tackle, touchdown, Corbin. Hounds take the lead. What a comeback by the Red Hounds.
They have fought back in this game. I'm just so proud of them. But it started with our defense making adjustments and getting after those folks, and then Mason and Stevens and Eastep and Lucas Britton had a catch.
Well, we're not going to go for 2 here. We got a 5-point lead here. Could make it 7, but they got Witherington on the field. We're going to go for 1 again.
I believe I'd go for 2 here for sure.
Yeah, I know they've got those cards and analytics and all that, and it has to do with time on the clock and everything. But I think we may yet go for 2. This could be a fake. Nope, Witherington steps into it, drives it right through the middle. He's perfect on the season. And Corbin, 27-22. Lead over Johnson Central. We'll take a short time out, catch our breath, and we'll be back to Campbell Field. Stick around. You're listening to Red On Football on T107.
Are you looking for reliable electrical supplies? Look no further than Eubanks Electrical Supply. From light bulbs to circuit breakers, we've got everything you need to power up your projects. Our expert staff is ready to help you find the right tools and materials to complete your project. Whether you're a DIY enthusiast or a professional contractor, Eubanks Electrical Supply has you covered with top brands and friendly service. Stop by today in Corbin, Kentucky at 701 South Main Street or in Somerset, Kentucky at 1030 West Columbia Street and discover why Eubanks Electrical Supply has been the trusted name in electrical supply for over 60 years.
All right, back at Campbell Field, 28-22. Corbin on top by 6, 11:02 to go here in the ball game. I think I did not give Corbin credit for the extra point there. They did not put it up on the scoreboard when we went to the break. 6-point lead for the Hounds. Witherington set to kick it away. Steps into it, a high end-over-end kick. Going to be taken at the 25-yard line by an upback. Starts off the left side, hit. And it's a nice block, turns the corner. He's got some room. Going to be hit and up the sideline, breaks another tackle all the way down inside the 30 to the Corbin 27-yard line. That's I'll tell you, that is a absolute gut wrencher right there. You play your guts out there and give up 75 yards on a return.
Yeah, our contained guy over here on this side, he got down. I seen it developing, and he got too far down. And even if you get blocked, if you stay outside, you're still going to be okay because the ball carrier's going to have to cut back to where your folks are. And we just ran down. Our outside guy just ran down inside.
That was Gabe Conley. He caught it at the 30, and that was an intentional, really high. I'd assume Witherington go ahead and kick at the goal line.
Yeah.
Now we've given Johnson Central a lot of momentum. They're fired up to the line, handoff straight up the gut, nowhere to go, hit and stacked up immediately.
Another whistle.
And another whistle and a flag. Obviously, maybe they got a little quick start that time. Like to see them play behind the chains just a bit.
Looks like they got a timeout before the penalty.
Timeout Corbin.
We didn't. I saw us run off on the field with a player coming in late.
We were one short.
Our defensive tackles didn't get on the game, and I'll bet you that Max had those cramps, wasn't ready, and his replacement wasn't ready either.
You're probably right. Well, it's a tough break because we had to play blown up. We grabbed. I mean, we had the kid tackle for no gain. But at any rate, 1st and 10. We'll kind of recap things for you here. Corbin has stormed back. They were down 22-7. They've outscored. They've outscored Johnson Central here in the second half to take the lead 28-22. 1st and 10 now, though, for Johnson Central after a big kickoff run back. 1st and 10 from the Corbin 27-yard line. 10:48 to go in the game.
Josh Goins, Petrosky, Malachi Brown, Keegan Reeder, I think it's number 72. We'll get that right here to make sure. Caden Freeman up front, playing very well for the Red Hounds in the second half.
Sloan 3 backs in behind him. They give it off to the second back through. He's going to be hit and stacked up and pushed back about 1.5 yards, but they'll probably going to mark his forward progress right at the line of scrimmage. Again, good defense there by Corbin.
Yeah, I mean, we've got everybody.
They're going to throw it again, Coach.
Yeah, they have
There's
to.
no time.
I mean, when I say everybody, we have everybody. I'm not sure a couple of the chain guys aren't even up in the line of scrimmage on our defense.
Say they gave him 1 yard of forward progress, second down at 9. I don't know that was a full yard, but maybe second 9.5. But back at the line, Sloan moves under center. 3 backs and a wishbone set right behind him. Turns, leaves it off at the second back through, and there's some running room there. He gets across the line. He's hammered at the 20-yard line, gain of about 6. He paid for that one. It was a nice run, though. And he's slow to get up. His helmet came off. That was 22. Perry, he's their leading rusher on the year. He took a pretty good shot there. Has to come out of the game because his helmet was knocked off.
Linebackers are Persons, Mahan, and Tatum Cox.
Big play coach here right at 3rd down and 3.
We don't have a defensive back in the game right now. Estep or Britton, neither one is in the game.
Well,
and I mean,
I get
that's
it,
what we got to do to stop them.
Yeah, I get it. But we need to stop them on 3rd and 3 right here, working from the Corbin 20. Hand off right side. He's going to have the first down and more. Touchdown. As they run it in from the 20-yard line, that's number 28, Braxton Perry. Logan Perry came out of the field. That was Logan Music.
Well, it goes back to the kickoff return. Teams that play like Johnson Central, field position is so important. if you can keep them on a long field, it gets them
takes
in
a long time. Yeah.
It gets them in an uncomfortable position. Here, they're very comfortable when they get down here. There's no rush, and they do what they do. But when you're back here on the 20, that changes things a little bit.
They have multiple chances to commit penalties, multiple chances to turn it over.
It changes everything.
Multiple chances for your defense to make a good play. Big extra point here. We're tied at 28. Snap on the way. Kick is up and good. Drilled right down the middle. 1 point lead for Johnson Central. Still 9:16 to go here.
It's a good one.
In the ball game. This is a good one.
It's a good one.
Hey, we had a good one last year, 53-50 last year, and Corbin got the better of Johnson Central over at their place. Of course, Cade probably had 900 yards passing in that game. But
Cade Edel, let's talk about him. He's up at the University of Louisville. I saw in the inter-squad scrimmage, I guess, where they keep statistics, he was 4 for 10. So Cade's off doing exactly what we thought he would do.
Cade's one of those guys, and I've never really understood this, but Cade's one of those guys that plays better against better competition, plays better in the bigger games. I mean, that's a gift, you know. And a lot of folks can pack the stat sheet playing against inferior competition, but Cade's not one of those guys. Every baseball game I saw that we played somebody good, Cade stepped up.
He's a competitor.
Yeah,
he's a talented competitor. There's a lot of competitors, but he has the talent to go with it.
Yeah, great kid. Good family. I wish him the very best. I hope someday we're watching him in the Major League playoff. Maybe he'll be a Red someday. We can pull for him.
Wouldn't that be sweet?
Yeah. All right. Corbin set to take the kickoff. Trailing by 1. Mason Bentley set to kick it away for the Eagles. He's got a good leg.
Hey, their kicker's even big.
He's a stocky guy, but he approaches and takes a whack at it. And Person and E-Step back deep. They've kicked it away from E-Step, and this time they're going to give it right to Cam. It's going to go over his head. He's going to let it bounce at the 5 and bounces out of bounds. And that's good news for Corbin. That will be a touchback, I believe. I thought it was going to go out of bounds. It actually bounced through the end zone. I'll take that back. So Corbin will get it at the 20, not the 35.
Yeah, we needed that thing to bounce out of bounds.
Yes, we did.
Well, Corbin's offense right back on the field. They've answered the bell every time. Let's not forget about our kicker in this situation. We do have a pretty good field goal kicker.
Yes, we
He's
do.
0 for 1, but he barely missed it, and he does have pretty good range.
Corbin's got it first down and 10 from the 20. Need to just check off a couple first downs here and at least get this thing out of the shadow of our own goalpost. Back to throws. Mason dumps it off underneath. Got a receiver up there. That's Thomas, I believe, makes a couple of people miss it over the 30 to 35 out to about the 34-yard line, I should say. Was that Thomas on that far side?
It was.
Yeah.
It was. I saw them Wednesday. I went down and watched practice, and I saw Mason and Thomas staying after practice working on some timing things.
He catches that thing out front with his hands.
He's athletic.
He's
really going to be a nice player.
Does not let the ball get into his body. Salmon's back to pass, fires across the middle. Incomplete. Boy, that was a nice defensive play there by Perry.
It sure was. Mason throws that thing like a baseball shortstop.
He does. He's got a very quick release. And that pass across the middle of the field intended for E-Step. And like you would guard a post player, he kind of had him 3 quarters and batted the ball away. So 2nd and 10 now for Corbin working from their 34. They're going to sneak a run into Cole here in a minute. Ball resting on the right hash mark. Corbin working right to left. They're working away from the post office for you folks that are familiar with our field. There's a pass up the right side. There's Stevens out of the backfield on a little wheel route. He makes the catch, gets up first down all the way out to the 45-yard line. I'll tell you what, that kid's got some nice hands too, Burley.
He's had a tremendous career. I love quarterbacks that use their backs as receivers because naturally you work all week, trying to defend the guys that can run and cut, Cam and Britton and Akins. But Cole does a good job. He's very sneaky. He'll sneak out there and catch the ball for you.
Tell you what he is. He's delivered a couple nice hits. Now he's taken a couple pops himself, but he's finished a couple runs and delivered a couple nice hits tonight.
He don't lack on toughness.
A little stoppage of play here for some reason. Not sure what that's all about.
A lot of that.
We're back at the line of scrimmages now. 1st and 10. Corbin working from their 45. Clock moving. 8:37 to go. Hounds trail by a point. 29-28. Salmon's working out a gun. Now he looks over and gets the play call. 15 seconds still left to go on the play clock. Salmons takes the snap. Here comes the rush. Fires long down the middle. Field's got a receiver right there. Oh, incomplete just off the fingertips of E-Step. streaking down the middle of the field. Boy, that was a good 1st and 10 play, though, Coach. That will definitely stretch the defense just a little bit.
That was a great effort by Cam, and just a little bit out of reach, but boy, he really made a great. You love to see effort, and that was pure effort by Cam Estep. I'm impressed with that.
Pretty good throw that time by Samuels. Samuels threw the ball the only place that Cam had a shot to get it, and nobody else. He underthrows that a little bit and make it intercepted. 2nd and 10, needs some yardage on this play right here, though. Let's look for something a little shorter. Samuels back to the throw, steps up, fires long down the right side. He's got a man out there. It's going to be caught. It's going to be a touchdown all the way into the end zone. Goes Stevens on the wheel route again. Touchdown, Corbin.
Well, you're talking about two kids on the same page. Cole Stevens and Cam Estep are on the same page. What a catch and throw by those two.
Hey, give a little credit over there to the Corbin offensive coordinator. Got a frog in my throat. They've ran that wheel route, and and Johnson Central's not stopped it yet.
We're protecting, and that's the difference in our passing game in the second half, because that wheel route takes a little time, and so we're protecting very well.
But somebody's supposed to pick Stevens up, and they've not done that yet. He's gotten behind him. He was wide open that time. He's 5 yards behind everybody. Witherington on to attempt the extra point. I'm not sure why we're not going for 2 here, but he steps into it, and this one's blocked and will be no good. So Corbin will have a 5-point lead here with 8:12 to go.
Yeah, I'm not sure about not going for 2.
Yeah, that kind of surprised me too. I thought the last 3 times we were going to go for 2, but did not.
I'm going to have that question for Coach Salmons tomorrow on the water cooler at 9 o'clock.
Well, there you go. Well, you don't want to wish for bad things to happen to folks, and this certainly would be a nice time for a turnover.
They've not turned it over,
and that would be a good thing for us. They've not.
That's what makes them. That's what makes them the number 1 rated team in RPI. They don't turn it over. They don't beat themselves. You have to beat them.
Well, this is already more points than I thought would be scored tonight. 34-29. Excuse me, 34-29. Corbin on top. 8:12 to go here.
Yeah, we've got them.
Football game.
We've got them exactly in the kind of game we wanted to get them in.
I'd love to see us just go ahead and kick this thing deep this time.
Yeah.
And, I'll tell you what, maybe a time for an onside kick, Coach. I'm joking.
I don't know about that.
I don't think that would happen in a million years. He's going to looks like he's getting a full run at this one. The last time he was only 3 yards behind the ball. He's got a full run at this one. Looks like anyway. Yeah, Witherington steps into it, booms it long down the middle of the field. It's going to be fielded at about the 9-yard line by an up back, or the defensive back. It's going to be hit and dropped at about the 25-yard line. Good coverage there by Corbin. They did a good job on the ends, Coach, of pinching him in the middle like you always talk about. That was a nice job there that time by the Red Hound cover team.
Bryson Hopkins and also Brody Hart, a freshman. Coach Jeremy Hart's son.
That was 22. Braxton Perry, the kid that got his helmet knocked off there, he's back in the game for them. So they've got their leading rusher back there returning punts. We got a guy rushing on the field. Blaylock's going to dive into the scrum and makes the play. He's involved in the play.
Maybe that was a decoy.
And well, it was. It confused me. There's a handoff up the middle and loss on the play for about a yard maybe. They're going to, I guess, move the spot out to about no gain. So 2nd down and 10. Blaylock literally slid into his position as the ball was snapped.
I see great leadership out of Eli Petrosky tonight.
2nd down and 10 now. Big down here. You love to keep them in 3rd and 10 because they don't like to throw it a great deal. Hand off right side up. What's actually up the middle. The big fullback takes it right through the gut. He faked me at that time. Right up the gut again goes number 7 all the way into Corbin territory down to the 45-yard line. I'll tell you, that's great ball handling. He fooled me, which doesn't take much, but he fooled Corbin as well. That kid's hurt us in the second half. Colin Cantrell, he's just a sophomore.
You can't go to sleep on any of the 3 backs, the fullback, the tailback, or the quarterback. And that's why it's like running the option, but it's running it without the pitch.
But the ball handling in there is so intricate, Burley. You know, he's faking to one fake. I can't see how they've not turned it over tonight. That's a very well coached team. Ball just over the 50 into Corbin territory. It's 7:06 to go in the game. Corbin on top by 5. Handoff straight up the gut. This is actually the second man through. This time is going to be hit and dropped after a short gain. About a gain of maybe 2 or 3. 2nd down and 7.
The way Johnson Central plays, it does take a lot of wind out of you when you're beating and banging, and we're defensively, we're playing a lot of guys in and out of the front line. I've really seen Eli Petrosky. He was getting after his players in a positive way and was showing great leadership.
Big play here. I think you need to keep them in 3rd and long. As I said just a moment ago, handoff second back through is going to be hit and stacked up the line of scrimmage, pushed backwards about a half a yard. Great defense by Corbin that time.
All the Red Hounds.
Yeah, zeros in on that hit, as was 23 Petrosky. Eli's been in on him almost every pile.
It's the best game I've ever seen him play. He's really played well.
Big play here, 3rd down and 8. This is where you like to get them. Now they may hit a pass here, but certainly. I would like to. You would like for Zero to pin his ears back here and maybe be able to get after the quarterback a little bit if they do throw it.
You're going to have to read the tight end and the backs because I think they'll throw it right here. Nope.
Second back through. The quarterback's going to keep it himself. He's skipping it around the corner. He's going to get the first down. That is a big play that time, and he's done that to us twice. He scored a touchdown on that run. He doesn't run it often, but he's their 3rd leading rusher. But that's just a good play call. He faked it twice and kept it around the right side, and we bid on the second fake. So 1st and 10 from the 35, as that's where he's chased out of bounds at.
Well, the outside guy over here, he doesn't have any responsibility on that inside dive. So he don't need to bite on anything. He needs to sit right there and wait until they come to him and either make the play or turn it back inside. And we just didn't read that very well.
I thought we might have got held on this end a little bit, Coach. I've refereed way too much tonight, but I thought we got held just a little bit on this one out. And, again, I want to see the disparity in those calls. We've had 2 or 3 now. I don't think they've had a holding call on them. They're running it every time. Handoff right side, that's Cantrell. Again, is going to be banged around, but not before he gets down inside the 30 to about the 28-yard line. Gain of 7. He got stood up on the initial hit but ran hard.
Caden Freeman, defensive lineman, the junior, and they're playing for Sam Farmer, who went out with some cramps. Still Josh Goins up front. Malachi Brown. Also in the game defensively is Luke Hatfield. He's a defensive end tight end, only a junior.
We need to punch one loose right here. 2nd down and 4 from the 29 of Corbin. The Hounds on top by 5, but clock running under 5 minutes to go. Straight up the gut, fullback is going to be stacked up. Short of the first down, but his forward progress going to get him out to bring him about a 3rd and 3.
Here's where Johnson Central's so effective. Their best defense is their offense.
No question.
Because they won't give you opportunities because I think we've scored every opportunity we've had in the second half except for one.
I think we need to let them go ahead and score.
Potentially
get the ball back, and we're down 3.
That's an old Coach Kenny Gilmore move. Let them score. We'll go back and score 2.
I'm just saying because they're going to run it right down to the edge. And I mean, obviously you're not going to do that, but handoff up the gut again is going to be short of the first down, I believe. So it's going to bring up 4th down now.
Mahan getting up off the pile.
Now I don't think we need to let them score. But we'll see
Josh Goins.
Yeah, Petrosky.
And Eli Petrosky.
Off the bottom of the pile. Hey, Corbin sucks it up right here. This is the ball game, Coach. That Corbin could hold them right here. I think this will be very tough on Johnson Central.
They're a tough out in 4th and 1.
They are a tough out. Both stands rise with this big play here. 4th down and 1 from the 26, 3:36 to go. Clock moving. Sloan, the quarterback, moves up under center. Everybody stacked in there tight. They give it off. It's going to be 1st down as they're running hard on the counter that time. Good run that time by Music. He gets just inside the 35 to the 34.
Phillips, Mahan on the stop.
Here's the key.
Excuse
me, Coach. I didn't mean to
That's
talk
right.
over you.
Go ahead.
The key here is 1st down. We need to hold them something less than 4 or 5 yards on 1st down. That's the key, because that gets them thinking about maybe having to pass that thing. But when they know they've got 2 downs to pick up 3 yards, that's almost impossible to stop.
They're in no hurry.
1st and 10 from the 23, absolutely not. Handoff second back through. First back is going to be hit and piled up just short of the 20-yard line, gain of about 2. So that's not too bad right there. If you're Corbin, you take a stop on 1st down of 2 yards.
Tyson Blaylock, he's played pretty well. He's been active. Also, Josh Goins again on the play for Corbin.
I know it seems redundant, but again, you keep them in 3rd and long. They did pull the quarterback.
They're not a
bootleg
3rd and
out
long
there.
team, are they?
No, they pulled the quarterback bootleg out on us last time, and that was a nice play call. Credit their coaches, but you like your chances if you can do that a couple times. 2nd and 8, working from the Corbin 21. Handoff straight up the gut, and he's going to be hitting stacked up at about the 15-yard line. Gain of about 6 is going to bring 3rd and, gain of about 5 actually. Looks like 3rd and 4 maybe. So
looks to be from here, you got to sell out on this play because time has become a factor.
Well, time is a factor. We're going to be under 2 minutes by the time this play goes off, and they're not, like you said, they're not in any hurry. They're confident they can score on this drive. But this has been an absolute slugfest. Let's see if the officials are not going to call anything right here. I don't think, unless they have to. Quarterback takes it, leaves it, second back through, running off tackle, hit and pulled down at about the 14-yard line will be enough, or 13-yard will be enough for the first down.
Good play by Mahan, though. He was our last soldier.
You know, you almost wish they'd go ahead and score. I'd like to have a shot. They're going to run this thing right down, and we're going to have to start using some timeouts here in a minute. It is 1st and 10 now at the 16, 17-yard line. No, 13-yard line, excuse me. Both these teams have left it all on the field. I know that's very cliche, but
it's been a slugfest.
Let's see what happens here. Maybe we can get a good holding call or something. Handoff straight up the gut, into the end zone, touchdown. That kid Cantrell, he scored his 2nd one of the night. 1:08 to go. 34-29 lead goes to 35-34. You know, I hate to say it, Coach, but the questions tomorrow are going to be, 3 times we didn't go for 2. I mean, quite frankly, it's, and I'm sure there's a strategy for that. Those coaches have their index cards and all that, but
I'll have to study on that throughout the night. The last time I really felt like we should have went for 2.
Yeah, I mean, we 6 didn't have. We weren't getting to 6, so they're going to go for 2 here and try to make this a 3-point game. Trying to get us to jump off sides, we didn't. We did not. Very good discipline there by Corbin, and a timeout taken by Johnson Central. They lined up to go for the 2-point conversion. Sloan, hard barking there at the line of scrimmage, trying to pull Corbin off sides, did not do so. So we'll just keep it here with 1:08 to go. Corbin's going to have some time, Coach. First of all, they're going to kick it deep probably. They have all night long. They've got a great kicker. Can break one. We get some good field position. We've shown the ability to hit the big play.
Well, if whether they get this or not, our field goal kicker could come into play here. If we can get it, like you say, starts with a good return, and hopefully we can hit Cam or Cole Stevens again to get us close enough to have a shot at a field goal. But believe it or not, when you said maybe let them go ahead and score, that wasn't terribly out of bounds to say that.
I mean, I honestly was. I mean, you really couldn't do that, I don't guess, but
well, the reasons we've not shown that we can stop them.
I was secretly hoping they would score.
Yeah.
I mean, on those plays, because I what they did is exactly what I thought they were going to do. Was we're starting to get a little tired now. It's harder to play defense than it is offense, honestly. They're going for 2. They're lined up. Under center is Sloan. One back directly behind him is Music. They give it off to him. He lowers his head, fights forward, and gets into the end zone. Just hard running that time. He was hit, stacked up, so it's a 3-point game. So really all that does is ensure that possible overtime should be getting field goal range.
It would be a game deserving of overtime. It has really been an exciting game. And Corbin, I think the thing that I've seen that I really like at them, they had a chance to really fold the tent. Things were going not their way. They were committing turnovers, committing penalties, and that's the story of the game for Corbin. If we clean half of that up, we win. We would be winning the football game. I'm not saying we would win it, but we would be winning.
Well, we went from 1st and 10 from the 34 near the end of the first half to letting them score.
Yeah, exactly.
So it was 15-7. We got a chance to score, and it went to 22-7.
Exactly.
So that's just and again we did it. I mean that was on us. But these are 16, 17, 18-year-old kids, and I will say this: I'm extremely impressed by the effort. Other than outside the first drive of the game, where Johnson Central kind of walked it down the field and shoved it down our throat. After that, we've played as hard as they have.
Yeah, Oh,
and as physical as they have.
yeah, we've been in a little better shape. It boils down to the mistakes. We made more mistakes than they have.
Yeah, this thing's not over yet. This thing's not over. Is he going to kick it deep here?
I think he will.
I think he kicks the line. I think he kicks the line drive on the ground. But let's see what happens. Bentley set to kick it away. He's got it teed up. He steps into it and drives it long and high. Estep's going to field this one at his 5-yard line. Starts up the right side. Cuts back up to the middle of the field. He's got to get some nice open field tackle. Well, I thought he was going to get a block out there, and our blocker missed him.
Yeah, we had a guy there to block him, and he just didn't block him.
He just didn't block him.
He just didn't. I mean, there's going to be a film session talking to that young man about that.
Yeah, that kid just did not go get him. But we won't mention the name, but that's a tough place to start on the 15. He gets around that corner. We're probably starting at the 40.
Yeah, there would be a 20, 30-yard difference if he gets that one block.
Well, I have to say this. The kid from Johnson Central went and got him. He was.
He did. It was a good hustle play.
Now, I don't know. I thought it was a minute 4 when we started that kickoff. I'm not sure. It's still a minute 4. But at any rate, I may have misread
That's that few seconds we needed back.
Yeah. Corbin's got the football, first and 10 for 15, trailing by 3. Minute 4 left to go in the game. Stevens in motion out to the left side. They're looking. Stevens, ball fake. Mason's got it, going to run out to the right side. Going to keep it himself. Now he throws up the right sideline. It was intercepted, but I believe he was out of bounds.
Out of bounds.
Yeah, he was out of bounds. Well, he had to take a shot, and he had. I'll tell you, it was a long pass. He threw that ball from the 10 to the 50 on the line.
I thought he might be past the line of scrimmage.
It was close. It was close. Yeah, he threw it for right at the 15, not the 10, excuse me. But that's still 35 yards on a string. That's where your receiver, and I didn't catch who the receiver was, is on the far side of the field, but has got to come back and contest that catch.
We got no timeouts.
So you can't forget about having to pick up a first down. I mean, you know, you got to get a few first downs here. At 55 seconds to go, it's a tall task, but back to throw is Sammons. He's being chased out of the pocket, rolling to his right now. Fires across the middle. He's got a man out there. Stevens juggles, makes the catch, and gets out over the 25-yard line. That'll be close to the first down. They're going to move the chains, it looks like, Coach. Well, Stevens has had a nice game.
Excellent.
Corbin,
he's
clock
played
moving.
well.
Excuse me, clock moving. 43 seconds to go now. Corbin's going to have to pick it up just a touch. Sammons in the shotgun. 38 seconds to go. Takes a snap, and we've got a movement on the line, and that's another illegal procedure against Corbin.
That's discipline. You can call it whatever you want to. That's just not being disciplined when you're going down the stretch. Which there's some confusion now because you can't communicate. You're having to go to the line of scrimmage. Yeah. But still, once you're set, I mean, that's old school. You got to stay set.
The only good thing about that is it stopped the clock, and with 34 seconds to go, you've got a handful of plays in your back pocket that you want to run here. And you know, it's sometimes it's a shot in the dark, but if you hit on one of those, you can get back in this thing. If not, it's going to be tough from the 15. But you've got 3 or 4 kids on the field that can break it for Corbin. Sammons takes a snap. Here comes the blitz, dumps it off underneath, incomplete.
Yeah, we didn't pick the blitz up.
No.
Mason did a good job. That's the only place he had to go with the football.
So 2nd and 15 now, 18 seconds to go. This would be one for the ages if we could break one here. And I don't know that you don't throw some kind of a middle screen or something right here, but the problem is
catch and run.
Yeah, but the problem is, if you don't pick up the first down, the clock won't stop, and then you've got 15 yards to go to get the first down. So it better be a pretty good gainer. The defensive lineman for Johnson will turn around, telling their safety to scoot back. Sam is working out of the gun. 1st and 15 from the 21. Mason takes it. Looks to throw, rolls right, dumps it off underneath the E-step, starts up the right sideline. He's going to step out of bounds at about the 29-yard line. 11 seconds to go.
Well, Johnson Central's backed out of there so far now. It's virtually, I don't want to say impossible, but very difficult to, with the time left on the clock and no timeouts.
Yeah, some kids are going to have to miss a tackle back there, and these guys are pretty good tacklers.
I thought that was their intention there. They felt like they could get Cam in some one-on-one situations, but they're putting 2 guys on him right now. Oh, yeah,
they're very, very aware where he's at. 3rd down and 8, 11 seconds to go. Corbin working from the 28-yard line, 37-34. Johnson Central with the 3-point lead. Sammons takes a snap, dropping back, looks to throw. Sets up, being chased out of the pocket. Fires long up the right sideline. Pass is going to be caught, but he's out of bounds, I believe. That was a great catch that time by Thomas.
Well, we're going to get one more play.
No, they say he's inbounds. I'm
yeah,
sorry.
He was inbounds.
I thought he was pushed out of bounds, and Johnson Central folks were celebrating. They thought the same way I did. He made the catch at about the 48-yard line. So 2 seconds to go. We got a shot to get to the end zone. Let's see if Johnson Central takes a timeout here. They may take a timeout, and I think they did. So we're just going to hold on to it right here. That's a great catch by Thomas Barley up that right sideline. I thought he was out of bounds, but
I couldn't tell you.
Again, that's a long way to see from here.
It was a hard catch. It looks like Johnson Central's taking a timeout.
Yeah, we'll just hold on to it here. 2 seconds to go. 37-34. Corbin trails by 3. Been a heck of a football game. Similar to the game Corbin won on the road last year, 53-50. A 3-point difference. A 3-point difference here tonight. And Johnson Central on the road.
Well, we baited them into getting in a little bit of a shootout, not because they started trying to throw it, but they backed out of there, they were up at the line of scrimmage early and thought we would run the ball. We started throwing it, so it kind of played right into our hands. Mason's thrown the ball pretty well. Cole Stevens has had great catches, but this game boiled down to turnovers and mistakes. It don't matter how or who you play. If you turn it over and you have that many crucial penalties, you're not going to win the football game.
Well, barring a defensive penalty, this will be the last play of the – well, I guess a touchdown will be the last play of the game, too. All indications, barring a defensive penalty, this will be the last play of the game. But so if you've got something you can roll the dice on here, just 3 wideouts at the short side of the field. That's in front of the Corbin bench. They've got 1 wide receiver isolated down to the left, and now they bring Stevens out underneath. They throw it up the left sideline. They've got it's the old hook and ladder. Estep's going to keep it himself, though. Starts up the left side, breaks a tackle, still on his feet, fumbles the football. No, he actually lateraled it off, and then the next lateral from Stevens is going to be knocked down, and Johnson Central recovers. Well, Corbin got it all the way down to the 25-yard line before Johnson Central defended it. Heck of a football game. 37-34 is your final, and Corbin and Johnson Central, another classic, Burley.
It's a great rivalry. It's unfortunate we lost the game because it was very winnable for us. This was a very winnable game. A lot of people counted us out and didn't even think we'd have a chance in the game.
I'm sorry, go ahead. I interrupt you.
No, it's fine. I was told even personally that they were going to mop us up. I said, hold on here. Let's,
I felt like our quickness would keep us in the game. I thought we would score some. But here's the thing. The turning point in the game is a long kickoff return. We score, take the lead, and they run it back to the 30 on the very next play. They sprinted to the line of scrimmage after that. That invigorated them one more time. And, it's so many times when you hear the football gurus, and I'm certainly not one of those, they always talk about special teams. Special teams, turnovers, and penalties, and those 3 things kind of hurt us tonight a little bit.
We had a short punt too, 26-yard punt. You can't give them a short field. You just can't do it.
Well, and we also, we jump off sides on the initial or on the second touchdown. They go for 2 and get it, and that set us onto that series of having to go for 2 or should we go for 2 the rest of the game, and that's 3 times. That's the difference in the game, but. 2 good football teams. Johnson Central ranked number 1 RPI in 4A. If Johnson Central is the best team in 4A right now, we're right in the hunt.
I think we're in the hunt. We got to continue to learn, though. I heard Ariana talk to Coach Sammons about what he expected from his team. I still think we're a team that has a lot of growth, and that's the positive thing. This time of year, if you don't have room to grow, you're probably not going to be very good down the stretch. But I think we can grow out of the mistakes. We can grow out of the turnovers. We can grow out of having those lulls that we had early in the game on defense. We got after them pretty decent in the second half. Eli Petrosky played the best game I've seen Eli play tonight.
Played very well. Again, I think that a lot of good things can come from this game. But again, you just really hope that you could win one of these sometime. But this murderer's row of games that we've had here in a row is going to ease up a little bit, and then Corbin's going to be able to, you would think, and Corbin's going to be able to experience some success. But they're 3-3 on the season right now with losses to the number 1 team in 4A based on RPI. Frederick Douglass and 6A team out of Lexington and Pulaski County 5A team. So certainly not a record that you're completely satisfied with, but certainly nothing to be ashamed of either.
Well, no, I think the thing that you're going to have to overcome at this point, you start into the district now. None of what's happened to this point matters. You start into the district. Yeah, it matters with your ego, but mentally you're going to have to. It's going to be tough mentally to bring them back. But if you look at this thing on film on Sunday or whenever they watch film, you're going to go, okay, here's a chance we could have won the game. Here's a chance we could have won the game, and on and on and on. Now, the character of good teams, they'll clean those things up and they'll understand that. And I really think this team has that character.
Well, I'll tell you what, what Luke has preached to us all year long, and I'm sure he'll be sharing the same message in the morning when we talk to him, is that playing this good competition is going to pay dividends. This would have been a great game to win, but it really meant nothing. Other than some RPI points, and so it's going to be interesting to see how all that pans out. But honestly, after I saw how the RPI came out this past week, with Johnson Central being that far ahead of us, I don't know that even if we beat them, we would have caught them to see where that
probably wouldn't have.
Where that third playoff game was going to be.
Mm-hmm.
Johnson Central's going to have to lose a couple more games up for that to happen. So I don't know that they will with the schedule they've got left. So all that being said, you play them one at a time. We get into the games that matter now. But I saw tonight a lot of fight in this Corbin team, absent the initial drive of the game when they walked it down the field and scored on us. I'll tell you, I wasn't feeling good right then. We come back and take it to them. And actually, Luke's told us this all along. Some games we're going to run the heck out of it. Some games we're going to throw the heck out of it.
Well, what happened is when you practice against the belly all week, it's not the same as when you see it live and going fast. I think that kind of shell-shocked us, just the timing, and you mentioned the ball handling of the quarterback, how he keeps that thing in. Once we figured out what they were doing and started closing them, we took 2 defensive backs out and put 2 more linebackers in. And I saw some pretty good line play down inside that really kind of gives me a lot of hope as we go forward. But
you mentioned shrinking the line. I didn't really understand what that meant until I saw what they did. They actually they condensed everything that they were doing, and it was really hard for them to find any running lanes. Big, strong football team. That's got a lot of tradition. This team mirrors Corbin in a lot of ways. In their school system. This is a very good school system, high achieving school system, just like Corbin is. Academically, very good athletically as well. But at some point in time, you just love to see these kids win one of these games and be able to. I thought
they will.
This game very similar to Pulaski County. Maybe we get all of ours at the end. And that's kind of what we're hoping for.
Well, I think we've improved since Pulaski County tremendously. I do. I'm not taking anything away from Pulaski County. They were a good team. They beat us on that night, and they're still a good team. But if we played this way against Pulaski, we win that football game. In the second half, what I didn't see at Frederick Douglass, I saw some excitement. I saw some aggressiveness. I saw some leadership. You can't replace those things with talent. You either got that to get after people, and we did, or you don't. And that's what I'm encouraged by. I'm discouraged by not you're going to turn the ball over, son. When you play the way we do, that's just how life is. But you're not going to hold. You're not going to have offsides. You're not going to have motions and those type things. Those are things that we can clean up and be better at.
To use a basketball analogy, something I'm a little more familiar with, the basketball, those are called unforced errors. You make an unforced turnover, or you make a live ball turnover.
Correct.
It's the same thing here. You're going to turn it over because they're going to knock the heck out of you. The people are going to reach in there and punch a ball out of somebody. But to start consistently behind the chains 3 and 4 drives in a row because of an offsides penalty that nobody calls you to do, that's a problem. And we had some of those. But again, we managed tonight to overcome those because we could throw the ball so well. And again, hats off to Mason and all those receivers. They did a great job. And the offensive line, Burley, did a good job. Mason got sacked a couple times, but you throw it as much as he's thrown it, only get sacked a couple times. That's a pretty good job by that offensive line.
Well, especially when you're trying to throw it downfield that far, and that's when some of those sacks come. The greatest way to be a good offensive blocker is a quarterback that gets rid of it quick, and he does do that. So, but this is I don't want to call them a young team. I think they're an inexperienced team. We're seeing kids like Malachi Zachary Josh Goins is growing. We've got to get old Malachi. They run away from him a lot and don't give him a lot of opportunities. I think as the year goes on, he's going to become more effective as well. But all in all, you never like to lose. I don't think it's anything positive about losing, but I did see us fight, and that tells me we've got some nice kids, some good football players, and if we'll fight, we'll win games, and I think that's where we're at.
Well, I agree, and I think we're a tough out for anybody because we can spread the field. We got 4 really good receivers, and if we give and our quarterback shown he's got plenty of arm, he can throw it. I was encouraged by our defense tonight. I thought our defense came back. This is a team that scored a ton of points this year, and we came back in in the second half played really well. But again, good game here. Corbin loses a close one to Johnson Central, and 3-point loss to the number 1 team in 4A. It is a moral victory, I guess you could say, and that's those you don't hang up on your wall. But again, I think a lot of things they can grow from. Start district play next week. Harlan County, pretty good football team. That's where we're going next week, I believe. Is that correct?
It is. We go to Harlan County, and we can't go to sleep. If we go to sleep, we'll get beat. We're not the kind of football team that I don't think it can sleep on anybody. So I'm excited the district's here. That was your goal the first of the year. It wasn't to win the preseason. It was to win the district, and that's what's in front of us.
Well, again, Corbin starts a 3-game set of district games. Perry Central or Harlan, Perry Central, Whitley. I'm not sure the exact order. And they finish up with the Great Crossings here at Corbin. So again, 3-point win for Johnson Central here on the road against Corbin. They returned the favor. Corbin had the 3-point win against them last year. So we're going to wrap things up from here. I appreciate Coach. Thanks for joining. I know you had a big weekend playing with your friends, and you took some time out to spend with us. We certainly appreciate that, and you'll be on with us in the morning, the water cooler at 9 o'clock on T107. We'll be glad to or look forward to talking to Luke in the morning, and certainly looking forward to getting into district play as well. But, thanks again to everybody. That's going to pretty much put a wrap on things from here, Coach. Anything else you need to add?
No, I'm just, it's district time. It was a hard-fought game. The sky's not falling. We've got some opportunity to grow. The things that I see that are wrong with our football team that's put us in the losing column are correctable. And that's what's a little bit exciting, because if you're out-talented and you don't have good football players, you can't correct that. Jumping off sides, fumbling the football, breaking down on the kickoff coverage, those are correctable things that will help us win.
Well put. I'd like to thank our sponsors one more time: Sammy's Furniture, Tri-County Cycle Sales, Smoky Bear Barbecue, Hometown Bank of Corbin, Owens Auto Parts, Pepsi-Cola Corbin, and Eubanks Electrical. Thanks to all those folks. They make it happen, and we appreciate them supporting our students as well as our community getting these games on the air. So for my buddy Burley Foley, I'm Dave Cox. Thanks for listening, everybody. Good night.
Dispatch. I will be stopping a high-speed reckless driver headed from Smoky Bear's Barbecue over to the big Corbin football game.